to buckle down and come in here and help out. Help is the name of the game tonight. So welcome to the show. Thank you all for joining us. It's going to be an absolute great game here tonight. The Toronto Maple Leafs, the Washington Capitals, live from Washington. It is going to be an absolute barn burner tonight. The Maple Leafs got to get through this. They got to put up a big win. We talked about the game against Chicago being a must win. I kind of feel this is a must win as well. Yes, Carlo is still out. No Carlo. He is still out with a lower body injury. No Tanev, no Stolarz, no Carlo, no Mermis. Philip Myers, Kelly Yarncroc, and Matthias Michelli, all healthy scratches tonight here for the Maple Leafs. Hey, Joker, what's going on? Best goalies in the NHL. Leafs got him. I don't disagree with you. Joseph Woll, he's really solid. He is really solid. And, of course, Stolarz, last year what Stolarz was doing was second to none. And hopefully he can get healthy and get back in here because he is so good. Hey, TJ, welcome in, welcome in. Steve, how's it going? 99 days to the Jays regular season home opener. Steve's counting down, getting ready to go. Hey, Carlos, what's up? Welcome in. Cap on the right, you look better. Thank you. Now, we're going to start it off this way before we make any cap changes. But this is going to be a tough one indeed. Santa Claus is on the streets. The fans are going to go out in full effect here as Alex Ovechkin, Tom Wilson, and the Capitals looking to do big things. Of course, we have to talk about Tom Wilson for a moment. Normally, we're talking about Tom Wilson, calling him a goon, calling him a thug, calling him all the bad things. But you know what? Tom Wilson right now, I can't believe we're even saying it. Tom Wilson is leading the Capitals in points. 32 points in 33 games. He's got 17 goals and 15 assists. He's a plus 16, and he leads in penalty minutes with 54 penalty minutes. The leader of Toronto in penalty minutes, at least for forwards, is only at 30, and that's Bobby McMahon, right? 54 penalty minutes for Tom Wilson and 32 points. The Goon is leading the Capitals. And man, it is bonkers to see what he is doing. Alex Ovechkin, 1 point behind him with 31. He's got 14 goals. Will he make 15 here tonight? We're going to be keeping an eye on Ovechkin, of course. Alex has certainly slowed down. Hey, Daniel Barry, what's going on? Alex Ovechkin certainly has slowed down from where he has been, but, big but, he has that shot. That shot is absolutely lethal. Hey there, Jeff. Welcome in. Hockey from home. Welcome in as well. Tommy Wilson going to collect some Maple Leaf heads for his collection tonight. We'll see. And that's the thing. You got to be careful when Tommy is on the ice because he will fly across. He will light you up. He will hit you super hard. And Leafs just got to keep their head on a swivel. Coach, not happy with his crew in the first period of the game against Chicago. He was giving it to them at one point. They only had one shot on the board. He was giving it to them big time, and then they were able to step up, but it took the whole game to do it. They scored 2 goals in the last couple of minutes to tie it up and take the lead, and Toronto looking to get a bit of a better start tonight, and it's going to be a tough one with all these puppies in the house. Puppy night in Washington, and boy, these giving these puppies a whole lot of screen time. We love it, though. Well deserved for the puppies. Well deserved for the puppies. It was an epic comeback. And Chris, that is something when you have a comeback like that, it has to spark some confidence, right? We talked about Matthews and his confidence. You come back like that, you score a big goal. That has to trigger something. It has to make you feel like, yes, I can play this game. William Nylander, a bonehead giveaway, creating a 3-on-1 opportunity. Morgan Riley, a bad defensive decision, and they scored shorthanded. You wipe that off the board, and Toronto played a very good game, but that is a big blunder that was there. So hopefully, no blunders tonight. Let's come out and play a full 60 minutes, Joker, exactly. A full 60 minutes, and that'll make a huge difference for this team. Thank you, TJ. Happy holidays to you and your family as well. Happy holidays to everybody. Thought it was NHL rules, Rick, but I could be wrong. Let me scroll back. I missed the question. Does the Olympics play NHL rules or IHF? I thought it was international, to be honest. I thought the Olympics follow IIHF rules. Whoop! As I'm throwing my bottle cap across the place, that's not what we want to do. So they're doing a little ceremony here for these pups. I actually didn't turn up the volume and listen what the ceremony was for. But nice that they're doing a little ceremony. Always nice with the ceremonies going on, and it means a lot. It means a lot. Let's go Owen Sound Attack. Hopefully they have a good game. Oscar, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. Love the dogs. Is it not me? Dogs make everything better. Every time they bring dogs to sporting events. I remember the Blue Jays did it. They had a dog day where they had a special dog section. It was pretty cool. Maybe IHF. All I know is I cheer for Canada. There you go. 2 goals in 8 seconds shows the Leafs have the power. Chris, they definitely have the firepower. They definitely have the ability to blast this puck. But what they did poorly last time is their shot selection wasn't great. Hey, Mary, welcome in. Nylander needs a goal. He does need a goal, Lucas, for sure. But the Maple Leafs, and again, pass, shoot. When you're setting up the power play, draw defenders out, pass to the point, across for the open shot, and shoot. Kevin, what's going on? Mark, welcome in. Good to see you both. Welcome into the show. They're just going over the anthems, and then this game is going to be getting going momentarily. Hey, B. Disney, welcome in. Welcome, one and all. Oh, boy, I'm nervous for this one. But I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say the Maple Leafs are taking this tonight. Maple Leafs are going to take this. I think they're going to watch that game footage. I think they're going to pump each other up. The Walking Dude, thank you for the follow. They're going to get themselves set to go. I'm taking the Maple Leafs win this one. Brendan, not going to be 8-2, but I think this is going to be another close game. I think we're going 3-2 type of game, 3-2, 4-3, in and around there, a 1-goal game. And it's going to be back and forth. There's going to be a lot of shots by the Capitals, not as many by Toronto, but Toronto's going to find their way past the Tendy, and it is going to be one that we are going to remember. So hopefully that's how it plays out, because I couldn't have been further from wrong in the last game. I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game, and it was not. Glenn, that's correct, and hopefully that does not stay that way for much longer. Hey, Jaggers, what's going on? I think they're taking this one. It was the right game. Yeah, you were last time. Go Leafs go. They're going to pull this one out. We got to believe. We got to support. We got to put it out there in the universe. The Leafs going to take this one home. We switched it up. We put the jersey on tonight. We want to see the Leafs bring this one home. Are you ready to play? Welcome in, and I apologize. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but welcome to the show. DXZ, welcome in. Welcome in. All right, Maple Leafs, the anthems are done. Let's turn on the lights. Let's get ready to fire this one up. It's 7:09. We're just about ready to go. Let's switch over and get warmed up. The lights are on. Hildeby taking a sip from the bottle of water, and he's set with a 277 goals against, or 272, excuse me. He's going to look to shine this one up. Bradley, what's up? Welcome in. Canadian guy up north. Welcome in. Buckle up. This is going to be a doozy. I became a Leaf fan when they signed Tavares. Glad that was a pretty good time to become a Leaf fan. I like what Tavares is continuing to do this year, but he needs some help. He cannot do it all. It's Valley. Welcome in. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for hitting those subscribe buttons for the ones that have. We appreciate it. We're going to get ready to go. You're going to see on the screen. If you're watching on the full screen, just over here, you're going to see where all the shots and the goals are made. Will determine the strategies they're playing with. Just down here, we're going to see all the movement and where things are going. On the far side, you'll see who's on the ice and what their stat lines are. If you're watching on the vertical stream, just below us here, you have the score. You'll see where the puck is going, and at the bottom, who's on the ice, even though numbers are a little small. And just remember, we're calling it to the Sportsnet broadcast, and if a lot of the widgets and whatnot are in real time through API. But here we go, face off at center ice, and it's going to be the third line going to take the opening draw, and Washington Capitals bring it back into their own zone to start this hockey game. Here we go. The Caps working it up. Bavoulier bringing it in. Ovechkin in the corner. He's going to chip it away from Joshua. McMahon can't get up on his man. Across on the point. Chychrun with a shot, and it's into the glove of the tender. Hildeby coming up with a big save to start this game. Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Jeff, welcome in. For those that are watching over on the vertical stream over on YouTube, there is a pinned message at the top that can take you to the full horizontal stream. So if you've come into the vertical stream and you're looking for the full stream, you can click that link up at the top. So first shot and a first save. There we go. Skittles, what's going on? Joe, welcome in. Matthews in now to take this draw. Washington is going to win this one back. Toronto trying to get to the point, chip it out. They cannot. Caps keeping it in, comes to Matthews. Little pass to Nylander. Willie going backwards behind his own net to Riley on the far side. He shovels this one all the way down, and that's going to be an icing call. Morgan Riley, why would you do that? Why would you do that, Morgan Riley? It's Valley. I do not. So one of the things with Nylander we got to pay attention to, of course, when he wants to go, he can fly. But what is his performance going to look like? Is he going to try? Is he going to play hard? Off the draw that's coming out. We got a whistle just outside. Looks like we got our first penalty of the game. Thank you for subscribing. Babushka, thank you for coming in, hitting that subscribe. We got our first penalty right away, and it's the Washington Capitals. And it looks like it's Protas. Protas with the high stick. 45 seconds into the game, the Capitals go to the box. And Toronto with a chance with the man advantage. Let's go. Right, Bruce? When are the real Leafs going to show up? Will the real Maple Leafs please stand up? Please stand up. Stacy, what's up? Welcome in. Come on, guys. Bring it tonight, Stacy. Hope they bring it. So we got Nyes, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, and Riley on the first unit. Coming to Nylander. Nylander, look out, lost the puck, falls again. Willie, if you're going to keep losing the puck at the blue line, you're fired. He's going to pass this one out to Riley. Everybody's going to have to come out. Willie, you got to pay more attention. Here comes Riley. Riley going to play this one back. Matthews taking it off his skate. He's going to bring this one up over the line. Cross ice to Tavares. Tavares back to the point. Riley throwing it towards the net. Deflection. That one goes into the corner. Matthews can't get it. Tavares does, though. They're working Tavares. He gets it to Matthews over to Nyes. Nyes off the boards, back to the point to Riley, to Nylander. Willie down low, side of the net here. Back up top. Riley. Here's a shot from Nylander, and that's going to be grabbed and held on to by Thompson. Good puck movement, like that puck movement. But he came up with a nice save. Thompson tracking that one well. And that's something Thompson typically does nicely. This was a good setup by Toronto. There's one pass, there's two passes in the one-timer. The passes were a little slow, gave Thompson a lot of time to track this one across. He's tied for second in the NHL with a .923 save percentage. Face-off comes to the left side of him. Tavares going to get waved out of the draw. Matthews comes in. Hey there, Dallas. What's going on? Off the draw. Washington gobbling up the puck, and they're going to put this down the ice. Hildebeest out to grab it. Here comes Toronto with some speed. Curling is Riley. Riley drops it back, kills all the momentum. Toronto, Matthews to Nylander over the line. Knives in the corner, putting it back. Comes over to Tavares, JT, on the near side. Passes it off to Nylander. Willie setting it up in the corner. Pass to Tavares. They got up on him quick. Comes to Willie. Puts it off the boards. Couldn't get it to Riley. And again, it's cleared all the way down the ice. This top unit is just not clicking at all. Not clicking. I'm here trolling the Leaf fans too. Kevin, that's why we love you. Open and honest. Hey there, Joshua. Welcome in. Over the line to Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh passing it off, getting it back up to Ekman Larsson. Somebody shoot the puck. Ekman Larsson, he throws it towards the net, hits a leg, rebound. Domi across, shooting. Oh, Easton Cowan put it over, and he had the whole net wide open, and he just missed. Cowan coming close. The Capitals going to play this one out. Look out. Domi got run into. Puck comes to Nick Robertson. Washington, they scoop it away out of the box. Robertson gets it back. He plays this in front of the net. Toronto going to turn and move. So only one shot on that power play. Not a great job. Nick Waugh can't dump it in. Chychrun blocked that one. Nick Waugh steals it back. Waugh coming, putting it across for a tip. And Lawton couldn't get that one. Leafs going to keep this one in the cap zone momentarily. And now it comes right back out. Toronto in the neutral zone. Lawton going to bring this one in. Whoopsie daisy. He played the puck the wrong way. Gave it to Washington. Here come the Caps. Ovechkin centering it in front. That one hits the leg and goes wide back down to the point. Back around. Washington, long shot, going to sail high over the net. Ovechkin was tied up in front. Let's go. Digging in the corner is Lawton. McMahon, he's chasing his man. Trying to come up. Sordiff working it in the corner. Sordiff still going, shaking McMahon off. Now he drops it for Ovechkin. Ovechkin to the point for the one-timer. That one is stopped, goes to the corner. Chisholm with a shot, 85 miles an hour. Washington pulling this one free, comes to McCabe. Bad outlet pass, walking right up the middle, shooting. Great save, Hilda Beast. And we got a penalty here. Holy, you gotta be kidding me. Sonny Milano off the bench was like Connor McDavid, just flying through everybody. Absolutely through everybody. Got a great shot off, and Hildeby kicks out the leg and makes a nice stop. Wow. Great vision by Sonny Milano. I think he hit the goalpost, actually. So Scott Lawton is going to go to the box for slashing, and now it's the Capitals' time on the power play. Keep the puck away from Ovechkin. You know exactly where Ovechkin is going to be right now. Kevin, that's funny. Here we go. Ovechkin, Michael, Strome, Wilson, and Chychrun, the unit here for the Capitals. And off the draw, Toronto going to get this one out and down the ice. Mr. Scotty, what's going on? Welcome in. Here come the Caps, looking to set it up. Just at their own blue line, going to play it back. Everybody uses this drop back play, and I can't stand it. Caps going to get this one in. McMichael on the far side. Going to drop it back to the point. Over to Ovechkin, one-timer. And it popped up. Hildeby got a piece, popped it up, and the D was able to come back. I think it was actually Nick Waugh able to come back and knock it down out of the air. Wow. What an opportunity. Chychrun. He's going to turn, drop this one back. Here come the Caps. Bringing it all the way in is Strome. Strome going to dish it off. On the far side, Washington cycling it back to the point to Chychrun. Chychrun working this up to Strome. Strome trying to go in front in the slot, and the shot does not go. And again, the Leafs going to get this one down. 55 seconds to go in the power play. Never tired of rooting for a losing team. They're going to turn it around. I believe. Milano going to bring this one in, taken away and banked off the boards by Stetcher, and that's going to come all the way down the ice again. Good work on this Leaf penalty kill. 30 seconds left to go. Ovechkin waiting by the Leaf blue line. Play comes into the zone. Milano played this one over, back to Ovechkin. One-timer, hits the goalpost, coming across. Hildeby is down. Puck is loose. Everybody's digging. And Toronto comes away with it. Ovechkin, the one-timer again, and puts it off the goalpost this time. And we got another penalty coming up. Another penalty coming up here to the Maple Leafs. The first penalty has just expired. Washington still with possession. There goes the Tendy. He's going to leave as Strome has the puck. Going to play this one over to Sandin. Sandin, a quick outlet pass. Washington into the zone. Little drop pass in the slot. Toronto collapses around it. They still can't touch up. Now they do. And Toronto is going right back to the box. Washington right back to the power play. Ovechkin played the whole 2 minutes of that one. So will he stay on for another one? They're going to commercial break. He'll get a little bit of a rest. And we'll see what the call is. I believe it was a cross check. But off that shot, off the post, puck was loose there. And everybody piled on front. Everybody was digging for that one. Leafs got a little lucky there. A little lucky. But only one shot there. One shot for the Capitals registered on net. Glad you believe I have oceanfront property in Arizona. Sean, I love it. Let's talk. Always in the market for some oceanfront property. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Duke, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. If I missed you, hello. Thanks for joining us. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but thanks for tuning in. Remember, as you're coming in, hit that like button for us. Make sure you tap that like and hit that subscribe because it is free and it helps us out so much. Oh, my goodness. Oceanfront property. I actually went to Arizona one time for work to Old Scottsdale. It was absolutely beautiful there. But coming from Toronto, watching out in that heat, it just hits you. It's so different. The fans are suckers, and fans of all teams are suckers. That's why you can't be a top team every year. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You just hope you win more than you lose. But that is the joy of sports. There's an ocean in Arizona I've never seen. But all it will take is an earthquake. San Andreas. Be a true statement, right, Kathleen? My goodness. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. I love it. I love it. Hey, James, welcome in. So this one, I want to see where exactly the penalty came from. Oh, is it a high stick? So Bobby McMahon, that's a follow through. That can't be the penalty. So the referee is having a conversation with coach over the commercial break. We still don't have a penalty on the board. The arm was definitely up. They are pulling Bobby McMahon out. That's not a penalty. That's a follow through. So Bobby McMahon shot the puck, and the follow through the stick is what caught the Washington player. While it is a high stick, yes, it's a follow through, and follow throughs are not a penalty. The Leafs have been on the opposite side of that call a number of times. So this is a follow through. This is not a penalty. And of course, this is not a challengeable call. So horrible, horrible call here by the officials. By the way, if we want to direct our disdain and our anger towards the officials, Jake Brank and Brendan Charter are your referees here tonight. James Tobias and Ben O'Quinn, your lines people. Here's Chychrun, a shot from the point. That one goes wide. Back to the point again. Chychrun with it. Going to pass this one over to the far side. Walking up. Here's a shot. Hildeby made the save again. Digging at it. Puck is free. Side of the net. Going to play it back to the point to Chychrun. This coming across. No, we haven't seen Wes for a while, Dan. Oh, Wes McCauley. How we miss you. This one walking out of the corner. Trying to shot, hits a leg, goes nowhere. Connor McMichael back to Chychrun at the point. Chychrun going to step up. And it's going to come out. Leafs going to send this one down. Why can't they challenge ref call? So Canadian guy up north, only certain things are eligible to be challenged. So not everything is a challengeable call. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go here in the power play. Dan, welcome in. They learned from Ringette. Oh, man, Sean, Ringette is such a cool game. It is so hard. So here come the Caps again. Up speed. Cutting through. It's Sonny Milano again. Turning on the Jets. Going to send it around. Leafs intercepts and send this one all the way down the ice. So in the corner, Caps going to come back. Going to turn to bring it around. Do we have 20 on McCauley, or did he break loose from the Dallas? I think he's still locked up there. He might be in your basement. Here comes Toronto. They can't get it out. Washington holding it in. Washington in the middle of the ice. This shot is going to be deflected and blocked. Sort of working. Washington working. Here's Ovechkin with a shot and a great save here by Hildebeest. That's 3 times now he's stopped Ovechkin. 91.2 miles an hour. The neighbors have been asking about the noises at night. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it. Jared, I think the Blue Jays have made a little bit of a splash in this offseason. Like what they're doing. Ron, what's going on? Welcome in. Leafs all day. Love it. Officials should have to drive readily identifiable vehicles. Right? I agree. Tim Peel. Yes, of course. I remember Tim Peel. Leafs going to clear this one down. That's going to do it. Power play has expired. So 2 shots on that one. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's another blast. Hill to be taking that one off the shoulder, sending it into the corner. Ekman-Larsson pinching up on his man. Matthews coming over to try and clear this one out. Comes to Bobby McMahon. Bobby going to play this one over. The Maple Leafs on the move. Long cross-ice pass. And it's Ekman-Larsson going to roll this one in. Thompson playing it into the corner. Ekman-Larsson coming deep on the forecheck. Washington playing it out of the corner on the far side, working it up. McCabe stepping up, Nyes stepping up on his man to Haim. And Washington still with it. Benoit tied up behind the net. Big tie up here by Nick Dowd and Simon Benoit. No call there by the official. Leafs bring it into the zone. Matthew Nyes trying to dipsy-do around. The defender loses the puck. Washington back deep in their zone. Fairvey, he's getting tied up here. Holding, thank you, referee. The arm goes up. And a penalty coming up here to the Washington Capitals as William Nylander gets wrapped up and taken down. So they're going to take a little bit of a break here, and the Maple Leafs are going to go to the power play for their second opportunity of this game. Bruce, they do big time, right? They really do. But Nylander comes up. He's grabbing this puck. He's trying to come up, and Fairvey just tying him up and got the arm underneath and pulled him down. I believe he was fired. Wasn't he the one that was caught stating he was fixing games or was going to kind of manage the penalties, going to give this guy the next penalty and whatnot? Yeah, caught on a hot mic. That's what I thought. So here comes Toronto. Looks like Nick Watt's going to be the B unit, going to start this one up. Let's go. Come on, Toronto. Second unit going to get the start here. 2 minutes on the boards. Puck is loose. Back to the point. Here's Domi trying to slide it up. Toronto shooting. That one goes just wide. Jared, I think they're okay. I think they're all right. Working it around. Here's Easton Cowan. Cowan back to the point to Domi. Domi to Ekman-Larsson. Doesn't shoot. So you got to shoot the puck. Back to Ekman-Larsson. Back to Domi. Cowan going up. Pass comes across. He shoots. That one's blocked. Again, Cowan had a great chance. Ekman-Larsson to Domi. Domi putting it in front to Waugh. He tries to go to Cowan. That missed him. Cowan regains the puck. Easton cycling around. 1:20 to go on the power play. Puts it across to Domi. Domi shooting. Waited too long. Robertson going to grab this rebound. Sends it behind to Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh. Nobody in front of the net. Nick Waugh. Come on, somebody has to get in front from the pass too. Tries to cycle it to Cowan. Caps pick it up, and they send it around the other side all the way down the ice. Good work, Toronto's rock bottom. Good luck, friends. Oh, thank you. Listen, hey, the Maple Leafs are in a tough spot, but they'll turn it around. We believe. We believe. It was during a Nashville game. Thank you, Joshua. Here comes Toronto back in front to Nylander. Slid that one just wide. Battling in here, puck comes around, nobody on the point, and this comes down the ice again. Got to watch these points, Toronto. Here comes Riley. Going to play this one up. The Maple Leafs, Matthews, in over the line for Nyes. Nyes, back around the boards to Tavares. Tavares to Matthews. Matthews walking into the corner, passes it behind Morgan Riley, who was pinching up, waiting for that pass, and Matthews passed just behind him. Nylander going to bring it in. He's going to dump this one in. Maple Leafs power play is just dreadful right now. They're all over the place. They're so disorganized. Matthews in the corner. Finally, they're going to get it set up. He plays it to Riley. He shoots off the boards. Tavares almost banked it off the goaltender. Back to Nylander. Nylander tries to put it in front to Nyes. That one doesn't connect. And Washington is going to bring this one out. Here it comes. Duhaime shooting, and a nice stop here by the goaltender. Nice stop, a good rush. So is Fairvey out of the penalty box with speed. Nice hustle there, very nice hustle. Andy Van Hellemond, oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Andy Van Hellemond, wow. Go Leafs go. 2 power plays, not good, but they're hustling. They're skating at least. Hey there, Prep, welcome in. My daughter did an audition for a local community theater and got the role of Cinderella's stepsister in a not so grim fairy tale. Awesome. Congrats, Prep. That is very cool. Oh, wow. So an interesting start here to this hockey game. Toronto all over the place, very disorganized, very scrambly. Hopefully they'll settle it down a little bit. Ottawa is up 1-0 over the Penguins. Chicago 1-0 over Montreal. So a couple of big games here tonight for these squads. Everybody is looking for points. The Maple Leafs, they got to slow things down. They got to buckle up. They're in a good place, though. 66.7% in the faceoff circle. They're winning the draws. They only have 2 shots on net. And for having 2 power plays, to have 2 shots on net is not good. With 8:22 left to go in the first, Washington not much better with only 4 shots on net. Chris, you took Pittsburgh tonight? I played one of the stepsisters in community. Nice, Dallas. I did not. Hey, JDA, what's going on? Welcome in. Leafs are going to win tonight for sure. Well, there's not a guarantee. I think they're winning this one for sure. You guys know a lot of referee names. I'm worried about these guys. Kevin, that's great. That's great. Thank you for those subs, by the way. Thank you for hitting the button. It's free to do and helps us out. So thanks for those who have pressed it so far. Hildeby has looked good. He stopped Ovechkin a couple of times coming across. Ovi has a post as well. Everybody knows where he sets up on that face-off circle. 45 career goals versus Toronto leads active NHLers. I think Ovechkin leads active NHLers in a lot of categories. Ovi pinching in the circle. In Ottawa. Washington going to win it off the draw, the shot, and Hildeby going to deflect this one right out. So what Ovechkin was doing off the draw is he was trying to cheat to come in early, so when it was one back off the faceoff, he could come and pick it up and walk in for an easy shot on goal. I'm actually surprised they did not waive the Washington centerman out of the draw for Ovechkin doing it. He's in the circle again early, and they waived Toronto out of the draw. Interesting. Toronto going to win this face-off. They're going to chip this up the middle. It does hop out to the red line. Washington trying to move it up. Toronto coming in with some physicality. They take the puck away. Laurent's going to chip this one down in the corner. Tavares going in here after it. Joshua going in here after it. Lawton in there as well. They can't cut it off. Stepping up at the blue line. A big hit thrown there. Good job by the Toronto D. Over to Stetcher. Stetcher up to the red line. Joshua, who's been red hot lately, going to chip this one in the zone. Picked up here. The Caps going to move it along the boards near side. Toronto intercept. Lawton trying to keep it in. Did once. Cannot do it twice. Maple Leafs at the center line. Going to pick it up. Lorentz plays it back. The Leafs in their own zone. Going to look to move it forward. A line change in progress. And the Leafs now dumping this one in. Here comes Cowan on the forecheck. Sandin gets there first. Going to play it across. The Capitals moving it over the red line. They're going to dump it in. Both teams playing the dump and chase game right now, and it is crazy. JDA celebrating 40 months of brotherhood, or the best known as Sam brings us the tasty treats, bougie sports experience. Thank you for doing what you do in the awesomeness. Bring it to the community. JDA, thank you so much. 40. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. This coming around. Thank you, JDA. Washington, long shot, tipped just wide. Benoit playing it around at the corner. Toronto intercepting, playing it to the middle, and they're going to scoot this one out. Little chip pass getting it to the red line, but Washington very quickly moving it back around. Connor McMichael had it, played it around. Now they're going to change it up. Everybody's going to change it up. 1-0 Oilers. Oilers getting on the board first. Hey there, Mario. Welcome to the party. We're getting close to spring training, baseball season coming up. It'll be here before we all know it. Back to the line, Washington with it. Here's a long shot, doesn't get through. Hildeby is down, and the Capitals put it in. Oh my goodness. Hildeby goes down, the shot comes through, and Hildeby was down and out of position, and Toronto could not clear with 6:07 to go in period number 1. The Capitals break the ice first. And again, it's the top line on the ice here. This one gets knocked down. Matthews very weak. Matthews very weak on his man. Gets in again. Matthews and Morgan Riley. Some weak playing here. Losing sight of the puck. Not taking their men. Yikes. Come on. Matthews and Morgan Riley. Got to be. I'll even throw Ekman Larson in on that one. Got to be stronger. Got to be stronger than that. Hey there, Wayne. What's going on? That was 100% preventable. You are right, Duke. 100%. 100%. David, how do you like me now? Here comes Toronto. Skating to pass across. They chip it just wide, a 2-on-1. And Nick Waugh hands a stone. Couldn't put it in. A nice pass from Bobby McMahon. Caps going to put this one in the Toronto zone, down in the corner. Everybody is digging in. Benoit playing this one, and here comes Toronto. Playing it back in the middle behind Bobby McMahon. Thurn is going to come in, dump it in. Protas gets the goal, a nice little move. Say hello to my little friend. Got to get going now. Got to be stronger defensively. Riley and Matthews, that doesn't cut it. We got a broken stick. Ovechkin coming in, a stick lift, takes it away. Here comes Toronto, Nick Robertson, all by himself. Robbie, nobody to help him. Now here comes reinforcements. He's going to send this in. Great little stick lift by Nick Robertson. Toronto turning around over to Robertson. He drops it off. Give it back to him. Shooting right on Tavares. Should have went back to Nick Robertson. There was the give, but there was no go. He was all tied up. John Tavares all tied up. Robbie got himself open, but JT just couldn't get him the puck. A nice little pass, and Tavares saw 5-hole, saw daylight, tried to go on his own, but that's an opportunity. You got to pass it off. Evan just scored power play goal, 1-0 Oilers. Oh, boy. Get to the chopper. The Leafs are a no-period team. I love it. No, they're a third-period team. Lots of time left to go for sure. Will Ovi score 2 more before that happens? Oh, I hope not. I hope not. Oh, whenever we play Washington, I actually don't care what the score is going to end up being as long as Ovechkin doesn't score. If Ovechkin scores, it makes me mad. I want Gretzky to come out of retirement and take the goal scoring record back. Is that possible? Can that happen? Jab, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Can we see Gretzky come back and take the goal scoring title back? Oh my goodness. Ovechkin. What are we going to do with Ovechkin? You and me both. Leafs are definitely no period, 0 guts team. Players need to go. We need McDavid and others. I thought for a second there, I thought when I saw McDavid out of the corner of my eye, I thought you were making a McDonald's comment. I wasn't exactly sure. That's funny. See, I see McDavid, my mind automatically goes to McDonald's. No, he's Canadian, a Bradford boy. Good old Gretz. Gretz is still my favorite player of all time. He's so good. Can't stand the hot dogging. Randy, what's going on? Says number 8 should retire. Oh boy. Ovechkin. Listen, to the point, he can still play, but he's just kind of cruising around out there. He cruises around. He waits for the one-timer. The question is, after this year, will Ovi continue or will he go one more? Dan. That's funny. All right, Toronto with a face-off in the Capital Zone. Only 3 shots so far for Toronto. Off the draw, Leafs win it and tripped up along the boards. Capitals spinning around, going to play this one back. Sandin behind the net. Toronto, 2 of them coming in on Sandin, trying to take the puck away, and they cannot do it. Kept in by Stetcher. Over in the corner, Robertson can't get it. Tavares can't get it. Robertson has his stick knocked out of his hands, but able to get the puck to his own teammate. Here's a long shot. Nice stop. Thompson going to belt it into the corner. 4:20 to go in the first period. Toronto mishandling it here in the neutral zone. Washington going to recover and going to dump this one all the way down. Leafs, Ekman Larson going to set it up in their own zone. We need an energy shot. They need something, that's for sure. That's how I play ball hockey. Never cross the center line. This coming around, Washington in the corner. Frank with it. Going to send it back to the line. Here's a shot by McMichael. Tipped wide, coming across, and they score. Oh, the Capitals do it. The Capitals do it again. A pass to the point. McMichael with the shot. It's tipped. It goes off the boards, comes out the other side. And it's Jacob Chychrun coming up. It's off the boards. And again, who was that? Who was that? Scott Lawton? Morgan Riley on the ice again for another goal. Sit down, Morgan Riley. My goodness. Chychrun, and a great goal. It goes off the boards, comes out the other side. The goaltender slow to go post to post. Chychrun reading it the whole way, able to put that one in. And again, Maple Leaf player did not pick up Chychrun coming in. Here comes Nylander. Willie pushing in. Willie, one hand on the stick, fighting off his attacker. Frank and McMichael picking up the assists. 3 shots by Toronto in this period. Yikes. This going around. Hildeby out to play it. We talked about not leaving your goaltender out to dry, and that's exactly what's happening. Here they come again. Washington going back door. That one is blocked by Thurn. I don't think the Leafs are going to get another fluke win this time like against Chicago during the last 5 minutes. I don't think that was a fluke. I mean, those were nice goals. They worked for those. They played hard. But wow, they are not looking good here. Too soft defensively. Coming in again. Hey, the one, welcome in. May this beating serve as a lesson to you. David's about to take off his belt and drive it home. Back to the line. Toronto cycling it around. 2:28 to go. Pass in front to Joshua digging at it. Thompson keeping that side all blocked up. McMahon can't get it. Pinching up. Nobody covering the point. It's going to come out. We got a penalty coming up here. It looks like a power play coming up here to Toronto. Washington going to take another penalty. It's me, Froggy, saying, well, welcome in, Froggy. Welcome in. I guarantee I won't remember that. But welcome in. Thank you for letting me know. Big E, what's up, James? How's it going? Rob, what's up? Welcome in, everybody. Leafs looking for energy. They haven't found it yet. But they got a power play. 2:16 left on the clock. 2 minutes on the board. Let's see if the top unit can at least connect a pass here. If you are just coming in and joining us, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Off the draw, Morgan Riley in the wrong position. Can't pick up the puck. And it's going to come out. Let's go. My name, that's right. Feeling Froggy. Yes, I do. I remember that. This down in the corner. Nylander can't get there. Washington picking up this puck like taking candy from a baby. Here comes Tom Wilson going between the legs of Morgan Riley. Riley going to push Wilson to the boards. Matty Nye is going to pick this one up. Let's go. Kermit the Frog, and I played for Kansas City Chiefs and injured my leg. Jeff. Oh, that's funny. Toronto, let's go. Nylander giving the puck away again. Are you kidding me? There it is. Thank you for hitting that sub button. Washington going to play this back. Get off the ice, this first unit. And it's a breakaway. Washington. Oh, and Ekman Larson gets back. A shorthanded breakaway is not good. Toronto steals. Here's Matthews with the puck. Going to slide this up to Ekman Larson. Over to Nick Waugh. Waugh. Down low for Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson, you're a defenseman. What are you doing beyond the goal line? 4 Maple Leafs in the corner. Fighting for this puck. And Washington, you have 4 Leafs in the corner. Washington comes out with the puck. My goodness. Make it stop. Make it stop. Vito, what's going on? Chris, welcome in. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. We're just hanging on, just hanging on. And we got an offside at the Caps line. My goodness. What are they doing? What are they doing? All right, let's go. 40.6 seconds left in the first, 24 seconds to go. Nylander from no-lander. My goodness. Off the draw, Washington winning this one. And they're going to send this one all the way down the ice. Hildeby going to settle it down for Ekman Larson. Going to bounce it off the boards. Beauvillier in there hard. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Here comes Toronto. Over the line. Cowan putting it over to Domi. This comes across. Robertson with it. 16 seconds to go. Robertson loses it. Power play has expired. Here comes Washington into the Toronto zone, cycling around. Washington shooting. Hits the side, coming in front. Leafs going to knock this one down, and the period is going to come to an end as Cowan is just going to hang on to it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What else can we say? No benefits. What's going on? Welcome in. I'm shocked right now. Shocked. 2-0 Washington. Protas is 11th from Sordoff and Carlson, and Chychrun is 13th from Frank and McMichael. 5 shots by Toronto, 9 shots for Washington. Maple Leafs 56.3% in the faceoff circle, have the advantage there. They go 0 for 3 on the power play. Washington is 0 for 2. 12 hits by Toronto, only 5 for Washington. 6 block shots for Toronto, 5 for Washington. 2 giveaways, Toronto. If there's a silver lining, if there's anything good this team did right now, it's only giving up 2 giveaways in this period. Holy smokes. 5 shots is better than 4. That's true there, Sean. That is true. Yeah, it's a weak start for sure. Sorry, Rob, you were right there. Holy, unbelievable. All right, before we get into this one, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard because maybe that'll cheer us up. 1-0 Ottawa over Pittsburgh. 1-1 Boston and Edmonton. Tampa Bay 1-0 over the Kings. The Jackets 1-0 over the Wild. Who scored there? I need the Wild to have a pretty big game tonight. And it's Zach Werenski. That's okay. I got him in my pool. So we'll take that. 1-1 Chicago and the Montreal Canadiens. Frank Nazar, the goal for Chicago. Bolduc for the Canadiens. So the bad news is with the Maple Leafs losing, the Lightning in our division are winning. Ottawa in our division is winning. Boston and Montreal both are all tied up. By the way, I talk about when I say fantasy, I play this game, and I've talked about it the last couple streams. It's called NHL Fantasy Stars. You can get it on Apple and Android, and you can join people to play against your friends. It's a lot of fun. If you're looking for a fun game to play, you set your lineup and you just acquire points on how they do. NHL Fantasy Stars. I highly recommend it. I am seriously enjoying it. Hey, Buzzcut, welcome in. Chris Nicky, what's up? Don't worry, Toronto will score in the second period. I hope so. I really, really hope so. Hey there, Dennis. How's it going? The power play is terrible. It is terrible. And I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why they just can't click. It's the same thing, game in and game out. Why can't they click? You know, it's not even that they just can't click. It's their passing is atrocious. Their passing they can't make a pass. They're making bad decisions. They're bobbling the puck. They're turning it over. Hey there, Joey. Let's go Leafs. Hope so. And it's just, man, it's frustrating. Always ridiculous that Hildeby is in. Wall is healthy. Play him. Hildeby has been playing okay, though, Wayne. I don't blame either of those goals on Hildeby. I don't. They're playing Pee-wee hockey. Not even Pee-wee hockey. Courage is a... No, I didn't prep, but that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. That's a good choice. Hey, Hayden, what's going on? What do you think about the first period? I think it was a disaster, to be honest with you. a big disaster. They're just not playing like a team, right? I think that's the best way I can say it. And you don't like to shoot for they don't like to shoot for some reason. Thank you for the rose. Camelville, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the rose. First gift, thank you. But it was just a mess. And I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it all. Hey, Emily, what's up? Welcome in. What do I say about this team? You know, we might not be hockey professionals. We might not be hockey professionals, right? We've never been employed by an NHL team. At least I'm assuming most of us haven't. Give us an invite code. All right, Onyx, I'll get back to that. Hang on. Can I set up it? Let me see if I can find this. I'll drop you a code. There's got to be a way. Can you invite friends? Profile, maybe? Hang on, I'll find it here for you. Because there's got to be a way. I just don't remember where it is. All divisions, global leaders. Nope. This is where I need my trusty app sidekick, Jacob. Oh my gosh, it should be here in the side menu. My account? No. I'm looking for it, Onyx. I'll get you. He usually tells me what to do, so. Nope. Inbox? Nope. Where is it? Is it under leagues? Oh, here, my God, friends. All right, add friends. Okay, invite code. I'm going to put it in if you want to join the game. If you want to play along. Prep, thank you so much for the super chat. Need to adopt a firing squad mentally and shoot the puck. Shoot that puck. That's right, Prep. Thank you for the super chat. Mr. Pond, what's up? Go Leaves. Steve, welcome in. All right, let me put this in. It's called NHL. Whoops, close that. I'll refresh it. NHL Fantasy Stars. You can get it at the App Store, and the referral bonus, and you get a bonus 100 coins, FL4849. So there is the code. FL4849 is the code you can put in. Username, Freddie, you'd like to add. So yeah, go ahead, sign it up, and then my username is Samwelb12, obviously. You can find me and add me, but it's pretty cool. Hey there, Bucks, welcome in. All right, so let's get back. What has happened to Matthews? He was like a shoot first kind of player. He's looking more like an apple turnover. Ooh, apple turnover, love it. Yeah. When we look at this squad, when we look at these people, and again, thank you so much, Prep, for the super chat. When we look at what's going on, they're just not playing like a team. They're just not. You can tell Matthews is not playing with a lot of confidence right now. He's not shooting the puck well. Nylander is not carrying the puck well. Tavares has not played well his last couple of games. Overall, they've just looked really, really sad. Really sad, which is unfortunate because this squad, they have all the talent in the world, but they just can't put it together. Matthews, 8 minutes played in that first period. Nyes at 7:20. Nick Waugh, just under 7 minutes. Nylander, 6:20. Just not doing it. One shot from Matthews, one shot from McMahon, one shot from Nylander, one shot from Tavares. No shots on net from your defense. What was your bright spot last game? Shots from your defense. So they just have to figure out how to play like a team. And it's not an easy thing, right? So what I was saying before is, you know, I've never played professionally. I've never been hired by a NHL team. A lot of us in the chat have never been working for an NHL organization, but a lot of us played hockey when we were younger. A lot of us watch a lot of hockey. A lot of us have coached or assistant coached or been on the bench of a minor league hockey team. We know the game of hockey. And when you cannot connect a pass, when you're not even passing near guys, you can tell the issue here is team, right? And that's a problem in a team sport when your team is not connecting. They're just on different wavelengths. Give me your professional coach. Toronto is the bottom, a bunch of millionaires who don't care about the cup. So I don't, and to our Russian friend, I apologize. I don't know how to pronounce your name. But I disagree with you there. They're not at the bottom. They're close, but they're not at the bottom. I think they do care about the cup. You can't say that. They wouldn't be playing hockey if they didn't care to win. I don't think there's a single NHL player that actually is there for the money and not to win. These guys all want to win. These guys all want to have their name on the Stanley Cup. And I think that's what, a lot of people, and again, I'm not saying you don't know a lot about the game. Maybe you do. But if you're watching it as an outsider, yeah, you see the big money and you see them not playing well. And so the assumption is they don't want to win. I guarantee you, every single person on that roster, whether it's the active playing roster, the injured roster, or the minor league roster, everybody there wants to win. Everybody there wants to win. And I tell you, the guy at the helm, Keith Pelly, probably wants to win more than any of them. Having worked with Keith Pelly in the past, this is a guy who is ultra competitive and he wants to win at all costs. So the question is, obviously, they're not doing it on the ice right now, right? That's very, very clear. IMG, how's it going? Welcome in. Panthers were in last in the Eastern Conference 2 weeks ago, and now a wild card, different breed. Absolutely. But what the Panthers are doing, first of all, the Panthers, who I love, they're so good. The Panthers are so good. I watched the game last night. We were jumping off the couch. They were so much fun to watch. Brad Marchand, what he's doing at his age, man, he's so good. So good. Sam Bennett continues to play strong, even though he's hated across the league. Carter Verhaeghe, so good what he does with the puck. And the Panthers they are a true definition of a team, a absolute definition of a team. And it's a great comparison. The effort level, Toronto and Florida were neck and neck a couple weeks ago in the standings, right? Hey there, Larry, welcome in. Florida and Toronto, Mike, what's up? Neck and neck in the standings. The Florida Panthers are without Barkov. He's done till probably playoffs, maybe just before. Tkachuk is out till, probably January. He could be back anytime now, but most likely January. And when you look, the determination, the drive, but how they play as a team. If you watch that game yesterday with Florida, their passing was tape to tape. Really good spots, really working across, smart decision making. Their goaltending, they were getting some decent goaltending. Bobrovsky was not great the first half of the year, but now both goaltenders are on and they're playing well. It is absolutely crazy. Can't fathom Florida doing this without, I know that's the wild part. They're doing it without their top players, but I think at this point, Brad Marchand has stepped into being one of those top players, which is incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. And listen, we knew Brad Marchand, what he did in Boston, and I'll be the first one to admit I hated his game. I did not like him in Boston. He's totally changed what he's doing here in Florida. He's not playing the same way. Barkov not expected to be back this year. Yeah, Joshua, I heard potentially for playoff time, which is why they haven't put him on LTIR yet for the season, because they want to be able to stay within the new cap compliance and play him in the playoffs. Hey, Aristides, welcome in. Our man, what's going on? Power play is horrible. It's all about team. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. I agree with you. They don't play like a team right now. There's no communication. And yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what language you speak. Everybody speaks the language of hockey, right? At this level, these guys know where to move it. Hamza, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe. Welcome in to the community. I feel like you've been here before, but welcome back in. Actually, that's a great note. I should say that. over on YouTube, they just rolled out a bunch of updates, and there are a bunch of people who have been inadvertently unsubscribed. So check your subscription status. Make sure you are still subscribed. If you're not, hit that subscribe again. Sometimes it happens with these big rollouts with new features, where kind of things happen inadvertently. So make sure your sub button is still clicked and that your notifications are still enabled as well. Leafs just need to do a few trust falls and they'll come together. Yeah, you're right. Barkov will be ready for the playoffs and he is fully healthy. Book it. Avs Panthers. Avs Panthers. That would be exciting. I would love that series. But it's a team game, right? It's a team game. Right now, communication is off. They're not passing. They're not setting each other up for success. And this is something they cannot figure out in the middle of a game. This is something where the coaching needs to change. And I don't necessarily mean the people. I mean the strategy. The coaching strategy needs to change, right? What they're doing now is not working. And I think the players know it's not working. And I think the players are frustrated, saying, why are we running the same plays every game when it's not working? It's time to send Cowan to the AHL and bench Riley. Team needs to be built. So I don't actually mind Cowan. As long as they're giving him that second line minutes, I don't mind Cowan's game. I'd rather Cowan get the experience and continue to grow as long as he's going to play. I agree with you with Morgan Riley. I've agreed with you for 2.5 seasons on Morgan Riley. Listen, a couple years ago in his 20s, Morgan Riley was a very solid defenseman. He is not the all-star, the superstar that this organization thought he was going to be. And unfortunately, I think he becomes very tough to move right now unless you kind of are making a lateral move, like, salary for salary, D for D, with another top defender who's struggling. Maybe that change of location is something they need. But I just find he's a little too soft. That second goal was all about softness in front of the net. The first goal was softness. Well, both goals really. Softness in front of the net. Need to move bodies around, need to move players, and he can't do it. Everyone is frustrated how the Leafs are playing. Just be patient. And we have been patient. I mean, I usually say I wait till about, 10 to 15 games into the season before I give judgment, which I think is a fair assessment. Well, we're sitting 32 games in right now. 32 games in, what are we, a third of the season, a little more than the third of the season. And while it can turn around, again, it's close enough that if you go on a, 4 or 5 game winning streak, hey, Vi, welcome in, buddy. If you go on a little bit of a winning streak, you're right back in contention. But the way these guys are playing right now, I'll be honest, I don't know if they have it in them. There's nothing, watching this first period today, there's nothing here that makes me say, you know what? This team has a fighting chance. The way they played against Chicago, I felt it. The way they played against San Jose, even though they lost, I felt it. These guys have a winning chance. These guys can do it. Angela, so I don't think goaltending is the problem here. I think defense is a problem. And in fairness, let's be fair. In fairness, Toronto's defense is severely depleted, right? We're missing, now Brendan Carlo isn't a make or break player, but Tanev is. And we're missing Chris Tanev. And if Tanev's on the ice, I don't think the goals are as easy as they were in front of the net. But you need another guy like Tanev. You need another defense. Defense is an issue. We got some depth guys who I think, we overpaid for, but they get the job done. Lorentz is a great guy to have on the team. Lawton, a great guy to have on the team. Joshua has started to perform. We got depth guys. We need the all-stars to start being the all-stars. We need Matthews to wake up. We need Nylander to wake up. We need Tavares to get going. Tavares is hustling out there, but he's been cold. He's been cold the last few games, and part of it is his line has been all shaken up, and he just doesn't have the chemistry right now. All right, let's get going. Period number 2. Is it going to be more of the same, or are the Leafs going to come back and surprise us with something. Thank you for hitting the subscribe. Welcome in to the show. Welcome into the channel. Let's go, Leafs go. Let's pick it up. We were hard on you, so let's turn it around. Make us proud. Here's Washington with it. Thank you for hitting those likes. I appreciate it. Who is your best bet to win the East? Ooh, it's so close. It's so close right now. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't think it's going to be any of the top teams right now in the East. I think it's going to be a late comer. I think it could be a Florida or Boston. Boston has been heating up. Here's a shot tip. That's going to go high. I think Florida or Boston. It's going to be one of those teams that come from further back. The Leafs need Dave Keon and Boris Salming. Boy, I would love to see them back in the uniform. Back in the Washington zone. Toronto coming in. Nick Robertson, good hustle. Riley spinning across, pass to Tavares in the slot. He can't handle it. So there's a good opportunity right there. Robertson played it back to Riley, swung it over across to Thurn, who passed for Tavares, and he couldn't get the pass. Hey, Bennett, thank you for hitting that follow. We appreciate it. Walking out of the corner, Washington right there. Cowan going to take the puck away. Plays it in front, and they're going to put it off the boards. Tavares getting this one down the ice. Robertson going to go over for a change. This line, switching it up. Here comes the top squad. Capitals putting it back into the Maple Leaf zone. Riley bobbling the puck, putting it around on the boards. Kicked out to Matthews. Matthews skating in slow motion. Washington stealing it away from him. And that's something you didn't see a lot of. Matthews very strong on the puck. And here's a shot. Hildeby going to make the save. Matthews used to be very difficult to take the puck off of. Now, seems like he's very easy to do so. Remember, we used to talk about Matthews being as good, like in the conversation with McKinnon, with Draisaitl, with McDavid. Now he's kind of a notch down. You know, you talk about him with Kaprizov or Pasternak. Some of these guys that are still excellent hockey players, but just a level down. Locked him up and threw away the key. Killed to be behind the net. Going to play it around the board. Stopped here. Nye's going to get this one to the line. It comes out. And Protas going to flip this one right back in. Toronto over to the corner. Benny is there. Benoit cycles it for Ekman Larson behind the net. He's going to set up. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with Stolarz. It's scary. He's going for another opinion. Nylander bobbled it again. Luckily, Ekman Larson was there. Why is Nylander bobbling the puck so much? Did he change stick brands or something? Like, he just seems to be not very good with the puck. Nye's going to bring this one in, going to dump it. Nylander and Matthews both going to head to the bench. Washington bringing it around. McCabe steps up, takes his man down. Domi comes on, can't get it. Hildeby out behind the net, going to play it around. Toronto sending it right back in their own zone. Going to slow it down behind the goal line. Up to Domi. Domi, cross-ice pass. Lorentz couldn't get that one, and Washington going to start to move it across. Chisholm couldn't get it out. Lorentz holds it in. Toronto to the point. Here's a shot. They completely fan on it. Oh, trying to tee it up from the point. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Stetcher. He was just ready to hammer that one, and he missed the puck big time. Roy coming back. Domi watching him. Stepping up is Lorentz, trying to fight for this one. Going to pull this one out the side. Hey, Jacob, what's going on? Welcome in. Let's go. Would you say the Leafs miss Marner? Or maybe they actually miss Patches. He was one of the better defensive players. So, Travis, I don't think they do miss Marner. I think it's a pure coincidence that all of this is going on right now. Toronto steals it away back into the Washington zone. Playing it to the point. Here's a quick shot into the glove. So when they had Marner here last year, Matthews still struggled. Right? Matthews still struggled. Hey, Benny, welcome in. We need a win streak. That's right. We do need a win streak for sure. Hey, Bradley, how's it going? So when Marner was here, Matthews struggled last year. He wasn't as good as he has been. So I don't think we're missing him in that sense of getting Matthews going. I don't think we miss him defensively. Toronto winning the draw. Benoit shooting. That one is partially blocked. Leafs have it. Going to throw this one deep in the zone. I'll continue that thought in a moment. Nick Waugh stepping up on it. He's going to battle in the corner. Nick Waugh still with it. Back is towards the goal. Going to put it around the boards. Nobody's over there on the near side. Washington going to play this one up. They get out of the zone. Here comes Washington flying in, shooting. That one is knocked down. Rebound. Toronto can't bring it across. Good work by Beauvillier. Now it's stolen. Toronto hustling. Nick Waugh coming in, shooting, trying to go short side. That one is high. Bobby McMahon trying to get it back over to Nick Waugh. Back into the corner it goes. McCabe pinches up. Waugh centering it. Nice shooting. That one just misses. Hits the back of the net, the side of the net. McMahon digging. Knies was waiting there. Hops over his stick. And the Capitals going to bring this one out. Washington on the move. Hey, Anne-Marie, welcome in. Hill to be out behind the net. Going to move this across. Nah, big dog. We're not missing Marner. Marner was a good playmaker. Yes, 100%. I agree with you. But Matthews was playing pretty close to the same way when Marner was here last year. And on the best advantage Marner gave us was on our penalty kill. He was solid on our penalty kill. And our penalty kill is decent this year, so I have no issues with that. This is not because Mitch Marner is not here. Taking one player away does not make an entire team crumble. I think that is an excuse that some larger creators who like to scream and shout are kind of feeding out there. But I disagree with that. Playing this one around. By the way, did you see Marner had his shootout goal called back the other night? That was a great move. Great move, and he kicked it in, and they waved it off. So it's going to be an icing call against Toronto. Mitch Marner was not the sole reason why this team has stopped shooting. When you look at what they're doing, in order to score, you have to shoot. And they're just not shooting the puck. There's ample opportunity where they could shoot, but they're just not. And that's a confidence thing. Confidence is saying, I don't think I'm going to score. I don't believe in myself. I'm going to pass it to you for you to shoot and score. And the one too many passes is causing problems. Matthew Knies fighting to race this one down. Battle at the side of the goal. Sandin in there. Tavares stepping up, shoveling it back down, but Knies pulls away. He has to go change as they were caught in the middle. Here comes Washington flying up the middle with speed. Connor McMichael drops this one off. Coming in, Sonny Milano cycling it across. Great save. Side of the net, Connor McMichael and Hildebeest with a great save. Cowan the other way. Easton Cowan drops it for Robertson, who shoots, and there's a nice toe stop. Robertson has no problem shooting. He's got a great shot. Tavares digging for it. Battle going on here. Connor McMichael in there as well. Comes over to the other side. Nick Robertson going to dip the shoulder. Throws a hit. Comes to the point. Keeping it in. Passing it center. Tavares can't pass. Shoots. Glove side. And another nice stop of the goaltender. Tavares was looking to pass that one over, but Washington clogged up the passing lanes. Henry Thurn. Little backhand pass. Misses everybody. And this should be an icing call, so the Leafs won't be able to change it up. So Tavares is absolutely gassed. He looked like he was going to hurl the way he leaned over on the side. So Tavares is really struggling. Connor McMichael coming close. Robertson with a good opportunity the other way. I like the line of Tavares, Cowan, and Robertson. They're hustling. They are hustling for sure. Who's crying about Mitch Marner, Johnny? So Tavares has got a bloody nose there. So Tavares' nose is cut. He was allowed to come off on that icing call to get tended to. Joshua on the top line. That would be an interesting experiment. I don't hate it. Gonna chip this to the line. Washington holding it in. He's a big body. He's got a decent shot. He's just not fast. He's just not speedy. This one is going in. Cowan racing back against Chychrun. They go into the boards. Lawton in there as well. Lawton digging for it, and Chychrun comes away. Turned over. Lawton all alone in the slot. Backhand. A nice save off the shoulder of the netminder. Back to the point. Lawton to Domi. Domi to Lawton. Sending it for Steven Lorentz. Down low. Would be great to get a depth goal here. Domi fighting for it. These guys are digging. These guys working. Hey, 23rd. What's up? Welcome in. Tavares will now have a shiny nose. Maybe that's what we need. Tavares with the bloody nose to be the Rudolph of this team and lead them through the stormy night. John, the red-nosed Tavares, digging it around, coming through, fighting 22 months of membership. If the Leafs lose tonight, I say we ban Hayden. Onyx, thank you so much. 22 months. Appreciate it. So we got another icing call, another break. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for those that are just tuning in and joining us. Welcome in. Make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. It's free, and we appreciate it. Scott Lawton, a great play. This line, Lawton and Lorentz, they are down there digging. They are hustling. I like the effort from those guys. Back up, side of the net. Nylander looking. He has nowhere to go. Nobody is getting open for him. Nobody's moving. Back to the point. Stetcher back over to Nylander. He almost gave it away again. He did bring it out over the line, so Toronto has to tag up. Toronto, they're just not moving. When they get the puck, everybody's standing still. Washington coming in. Sandin with the shot. Loose puck. Nylander tried to turn on it. Couldn't get there. Leafs can't get it out. Caps keep it in. Caps have numbers. Now they get back. Sandin with it. Trying to center it across. Here's a blast from Carlson looking for a deflection. That's going to go wide and comes all the way out and down the ice. Caps back to pick it up. 10.5 to go here in period number 2. Preventative measures. Let's go. My goodness, Sean, I can't believe it's the 60th anniversary coming up. Crazy. This loose puck picked up here by Joshua. Bobby McMahon is turning. Joshua, nifty little move. Gets over to Riley. Riley in the zone. Takes the shot on net. And that's going to be held. And we're going to get a face-off with 10:06 to go in the Washington zone. They got to step it up. They got to come in. Leadership. Bruce, leadership is definitely an issue. They need to find their way, right? Leadership is a big issue, but go Leafs go. A hockey player is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, wondered if he could fly to the North Pole. I bet you some of these Leafs would like to fly away right now. I bet you they'd like to get away because, man, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. All right. So if you did, or was that what just happened? Somebody used my code. If you did sign up for the NHL Fantasy, make sure to send me an email or send me a DM with your username so I can add you as well. Add you to my roster. But yeah, Samwelb12, if you want to add me as a friend to your NHL Fantasy Stars, we can play against each other. But right now, I'm not having a good night in my Fantasy Stars. My goodness. I need Minnesota to start going. I need Minnesota to start going tonight for sure. They're still down by 1. Oh, boy. All right. Maple Leafs, yikes. Will, what's up? Leafs need to rebuild, trade Matthews to the Flames. So, you know, Will, it's funny. I would have a hard time trading Matthews to the Flames. Because A, what are you going to get back of any value? And B, over the last 2 years, Calgary has tried to fleece Toronto in so many deals. Every time they wanted to make a trade, the asking price for the Maple Leafs was way higher than any other team. So I wouldn't want to, just out of principle, do anything to send Matthews to Calgary. But Cowan, I'm enjoying his game tonight. Robertson is looking game. Matthews has no move. He controls it. He doesn't, Chris. Don't you just want to take like your PlayStation controller and like Go, go. So frustrating. My leaf pill is kicking in now. Sean, I love it. I don't know how to add you, but feel free to add me. Username is the same. Okay. So yeah, if you go Onyx, if you go under leagues and then friends, you should see add friends. So I will see if I can add you here as well. And no benefits. What's going on? Rebuild the whole team. All right. Let me try and do this. All right, there we go. Should be added now. Coming around Washington, sharp angle shot. Washington doing a nice job in the Maple Leaf zone. Again, not a lot of shots. Toronto was up to 11. Washington up to 14. Let's just send Matthews to the Marlies. I don't think he would clear waivers. Could you imagine? And the sad thing is, you know, Matthews is going to go to Team USA for the Olympics. And how is he going to play there? We talked about this a little bit the other night. For Konecki, Tippett, and Grabinkin. Oh, Grabinkin, he was so good. Here comes Riley, a little outlet pass. No, I think if you're trading an Austin Matthews type character, you need a first-round draft pick, you need a prospect, and you need a top player today. That's because we ripped Calgary off for Gilmore. Angela, we sure did. That was Cliff Fletcher's masterful trade. This playing back in the neutral zone. Washington with it. Looking to play this up the middle. Little back pass to Ovechkin. He shoots off the goalpost. 85 miles an hour. Rings the iron. Coming close again. We got a penalty. On who? For what? So penalty is coming up. There was a Maple Leaf player with no stick. So Ovechkin dings the goalposts. And they're not going to tell us who the penalty is or why. Thank you for hitting that subscribe, by the way. Appreciate it. He's not ready for USA team. He shouldn't play at all, Rick. We should really be shutting him down. Quinn Hughes style trade. Absolutely. Exactly, Chris. Exactly. A Quinn Hughes style trade. Senators are up now 3-0 over the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's bad news because they're just behind Toronto in the standings. Brady Tkachuk, David Perron, and Claude Giroux, your goal scorers there. 1-1 still Edmonton and Boston. 1-1 still, or LA and Tampa Bay. I guess Kings got a goal there. Blackhawks and Canadians are still tied up. Flyers and Sabres are tied up as well. Lots of ties on the board. Come on, Minnesota. We need you guys to tie it up. Guy, what's going on? If Matthews is injured, he should step away, get healthy. I agree. Guy, we've been saying that for 2 seasons. Matthews should have never played last year in the Four Nations Cup. They should have sat him down for 2 or 3 months and then figured out what is going on with him and bringing him back. Joanne, what's up? Leafs need to win. Yes, indeed. And I'll tell you, listen, I don't want to make light of the mental side of the game because it is a real thing. But if he needs to sit down with a sports psychologist or sit down with somebody and just deep dive into his brain to see what's going on, maybe this isn't a physical injury. Maybe this is purely mental. Somebody with his talent, something has to be unlocked. He's got to figure it out. Nylander needs to lean up a bit. Listen, it's hard to complain about William Nylander. It is hard to complain about Nylander this year because what he is doing. Remember, Nylander is leading Toronto in points. So while he might make some bonehead decisions and he might be kind of cruising around, I have a very tough time to argue about William Nylander purely because of what he is doing. Purely because he's leading this team in points. Here comes Matthews. Going to drop this off to Riley. Riley at the point. He's going to give it back to Matthews. Matthews to Willie. It's Toronto on the power play, by the way. And Washington is going to clear this one out and down the ice. So it was Dylan Strome for slashing, which was the call. So Matthews going to carry this one up. 1:17 left to go on the power play. Over to Tavares. Tavares loses the puck. Washington going to carry this one up. Riley turns his back and skates away from him. Washington is just figure skating around with the puck. No Leafs are forcing them to clear it. A minute to go. Washington, great penalty kill. Toronto forgot to pressure the men to force them to play the puck. Toronto's sleeping here. Second unit going to come on. Let's go. I doubt Matthew cares about the Leafs coupleless streak. He's just here for the paycheck. Oh, no, I don't believe he's just here for a paycheck. Here's Ekman-Larsson, shot, rebound off the boards. Nick Waugh coming close, a great save. Here's Robertson, a backhand. That one goes just wide. Couple of shots here for the second unit. Back to Ekman-Larsson. He can't settle it down. Robertson throws it over to Domi. Domi to Ekman-Larsson. Ekman-Larsson to Robertson. Waited too long, looked to pass it, and the shot gets blocked. Comes back out to center. Sorry, that was Cowan, not Robertson. And Washington again going to send this one all the way down. My goodness. Couple good opportunities, couple of good shots. Here we go, 6:20 to go. Domi going to race this one up. Passing it over to McCabe. McCabe bouncing it off the end boards around behind the net. Toronto trying to pull this one through. They're struggling. Hey, Lewis, what's going on? Welcome in. Chisholm making a move. Dowd coming in. Washington again low in the Toronto zone. Back to the point. Protas sending it back. It's going to come out. No toast, no soup. Bang on, they shoot. Gotta shoot, shoot, shoot. Shoop-a-doop-a-doop. Toronto going to steal off the boards. Here comes Lorentz. Lorentz, backhand, driving to the net. Tries to send it across. Washington breaking up that play. But again, this fourth line with a good effort. Walking this one in. Chychrun has it stripped away from McMahon. Toronto going to flip this one up. Chychrun and Lorentz trying to come at it. The puck comes right to Chychrun, though. Going to knock this one down. Strome going to pick it up, dump this one in the corner. Hildebeest again coming out of the net, going to settle it down for Stetcher. Stetcher, cross ice, Toronto looking. Pass to McMahon is tipped. Toronto going to set it up in their own zone again. Up to that red line, going to dump it in. Here comes Matthew Nyes hustling in after it. It's chipped away past him. Connor McMichael up over the red line, centering it across, dropping it back. Matthews blows a tire. He goes down hard, slides into the boards. Toronto, they're running into each other now as Nyes and Nylander kind of ran into each other's way. Here come the Capitals carrying this one up. It's like when you play any NHL video game and you're playing online and your guys are moving in slow motion, but the other team seems to be on turbo and they just keep the puck away from you. Washington in the slot shooting, and a nice save by Hildeby. These guys are in such slow motion right now. Gotta work it. Chipping it to the line, it comes out. And Nylander going to head to the bench. Matthews going to head to the bench. Washington right back in. Putting this one over. Shooting. That one doesn't miss by much. Nylander and Matthews. Washington had the puck just outside the Leaf blue line. And both Matthews and Nylander pull off to the bench, which gives Washington a great opportunity to walk in and take the shot. Joanne, nothing wrong with Joseph Wall. He has the night off tonight. So he played last game. Hildeby gets the start here tonight. And Hildeby isn't playing bad. Hildeby's not playing bad at all. Toronto does have a back-to-back coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. The Predators on Saturday, the Stars on Sunday. Holy smokes. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Power plays are weak, Frank. They're so weak. Michael, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. They are so weak. And I just... Man, there's so many things. We see it. We can call it out. We know exactly what they're doing wrong. But how do you communicate this to this squad to wake them all up? Washroom soup, no mushrooms. Oh, goodness. Hey, Guy, I find the top players are not good since they started playing the defensive game. And they're not even playing a defensive game, which is part of the problem why they're scored on so much, because their defensive unit has been in trouble, right? So their guys aren't scoring. They've gotten so cold in terms of scoring, which is crazy. And I look at somebody like, why isn't this loading now? Here we go. Let's see if we can refresh this and bring it up. Somebody like John Tavares, who had an unbelievable year last year, had a pretty good start to this year, 17 goals. He struggled his last 5 games. He was a -1 against Chicago, had no goals, assists, no points. He was a -3 against Edmonton, no goals, assists. He was a -1 against San Jose, no goals, assists. His last point was back on December 8th versus Tampa Bay. He had an assist. It's been a while since he has scored a goal, and it's hard to watch because Tavares has been so good. Hey, Sam, what's going on? Welcome in. Well, the Canadians have had the better start this year, but they're starting to fall down a little bit. Toronto along the boards in their own zone. Joshua has it, uses the net for some shielding. Going to play it around, turning it over. Washington digging here. Ekman-Larsson takes his man down, and we got a penalty, and there's another cross check and some shoving back and forth. So Ekman-Larsson is definitely going. Did he sucker Washington into taking a retaliation penalty? I don't think there was enough there. So Ekman-Larsson is definitely going to the box. Are they going to send Protas as well? Bobby McMahon is tangled up with somebody. Toronto needs to do something. I'd love to try and get Connor Garland to play with Matthews and Nyes. I agree with you there, Chris. I'd love to see Connor Garland. I'd love to see... There's a couple of guys. I'd love to see them get Clayton Keller. I'd love to see Keller here. So Ekman-Larsson is definitely... So yeah, Ekman-Larsson is going to be the only call. Not enough of a retaliation to draw a penalty. So with 3:41 to go in the period here, the Washington Capitals going to the power play. It's been a bad period for both teams, each team with 8 shots each, 8 shots each here in this period. So Scott Lawton having a little conversation with the official here. It's so hard to watch these guys. Larry, it's crazy, Larry. It's so crazy. Polish Canadian, what's going on? The Caps got this. We can't lose another one. The Metro is too close. Welcome in. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I know it's a tough game, but let's go. Let's see what they can do. Caps bringing this one across. Back to the line. Here's a one-timer. That one is blocked. Ovechkin, you know it's coming. He's back, sitting just around the middle of the face-off circle. Toronto steals, and Scotty Lawton going to clear this one out. We're a third-period team. That's right. Yeah, Benny, the question is how long do they go? No, Joshua, I don't think Keller would be available either. But I'm just saying, if we're talking about guys we'd like to see here, I would love to see Keller here. I'm a huge Keller fan. JT has the most valuable contract in the NHL right now. He does, for sure. He took a great deal, Mark. Connor McDavid's extension was pretty sweet, too. Here come the Caps in. 1 minute left in the power play. Right in the slot over to Ovechkin. Goes for the pass instead of the shot that time. It was broken up. Maple Leafs can't clear. Here's another shot down with the save. Comes to Ovechkin over on the far side. Plays it to the point with a shot. That one sails high. In the corner, Toronto cannot get this puck away. Fighting for it. It comes to Ovechkin. He tries to send it back door. Cannot connect. Toronto going to pick this one up. Going to bank it off the boards. They can't clear. McMichael keeping it in. Got to be tougher than that, Wah. At the side, in the slot, Michael shooting. Great save, and McCabe almost put it in his own net. Hildeby was backwards, comes across with a great stop. He's got no stick. Sticks are flying everywhere. Hildeby, great saves there. Strome, looking, shooting down right there in front. Picked up by Matthews, a weak backhand. Just gets it past a slow-moving Ovechkin. Holy smokes. Stetcher going to go switch it up. Power play has expired. 3 shots in that power play for Washington. 1:30 to go here in period number 2. Here come the Caps with numbers. Carlson was rocking it towards the net. They couldn't get on the pass. Toronto trying to cycle it around, but they're pinched up along the boards. Washington doing such a good job offensively, sending it to the point. No shot, trying to play it around. Benoit trying to work over his man. Tavares in there now, working it as well. Puck comes behind the net. Thurn gets tied up. He can't move it across. Wow, Frank just looking good. And a pass back to the point, misses. It's going to come all the way down. Last minute of play in this period. Oh, Toblerone. I love Toblerone. Toblerone is so good. I haven't had one of those in forever. But I agree with you. I'm all about the Toblerone. Here comes Washington, a little drop pass. Remember when you used to go get your Swiss Chalet holiday meal and it came with a little Toblerone bar? This is going to be played out. 33 seconds to go. Toronto dumping it in. Nyes had to tag up. And here come the Caps with 20 seconds to go. He sure does. Bringing it back, a little cycle to the point. Washington, D to D. Here's a shot, goes around behind. 14 seconds to go. Leafs, it's in your feet. Matthews going to play this one over. Ekman Larson spinning around. 6 seconds to go. Riley just going to hang on to it. They're going to play this one back. Period 2 comes to an end. And the Maple Leafs down 2-0. 2-0. Wow, now we can be frustrated again together. No scoring here in that period. 12 shots for Washington, 8 for Toronto. Bringing the totals to 20 total shots for Washington. 12 shots. 12 shots for the Maple Leafs. Leafs still winning the faceoffs, 53.8%. That number continues to drop. Leafs go 0 for 4 on the power play. Washington is 0 for 3. 19 hits by the Maple Leafs, 10 for Washington. Block shots, 8-7. Giveaways crept up, 9 for Toronto, 12 for the Capitals. It is awesome, Chris. Absolutely healthy and delicious. We can pretend it's healthy. If you peel the skin off, it's not so bad. But they have some of the best chicken soup, for sure, for sure. All right, Ron, what's up? I wish the Leafs had half the swag and desire of the Jays. Right? You would, oh man, you would love to see if they came out with that same type of swagger. All right, 3-1 3-0 Senators over Pittsburgh. 2-1 Oilers now taking the lead over the Boston Bruins. Nugent Hopkins and Quinn Hudson with the goals from the Oilers. Pavel Zacha with the goal for the Boston Bruins. Wild have tied it up. Wild and Blue Jackets 1-1. Ryan Hartman gets the goal. Kaprizov and Brock Faber the assists there. No other scoring in Chicago, Montreal. That's still tied 1-1. Flyers and Sabres 1-1. Rangers and Blues, that one now underway. Score there 0-0. Oh, it's frustrating because when we look at, damn, there goes my ticket. When we look at the standings, especially in our division, Ottawa is 1 point back of Toronto. So should Toronto lose and Ottawa win, Ottawa will leapfrog over Toronto. Right now, Toronto is 3 points behind Montreal. And so again, if Montreal wins, they pull further ahead. Florida Panthers at 38 points, Tampa Bay at 39, Boston at 40. So everybody's starting to pull away, starting to pick up some points right now. My team is like family. I never turn on them, and I always cheer them on. There you go, Mark. Exactly. No one is better. Oh, thanks, Onyx. What did Chris say? Matthews and Nyes are invisible again. I think Nyes is doing okay, but he hasn't really got the puck. He's getting in the right spots. He just can't get it there. Don Cherry for coach. Oh, goodness. 2-0 is better than 3-0. There you go. If they lose, they're the worst team. Patrick, they still aren't the worst team in the league. Vancouver right now is the worst team in the league. So your bottom is Vancouver at 29 points, Calgary at 30 points, Nashville at 30, Seattle at 30, Chicago at 32, Winnipeg at 32, Buffalo at 32, St. Louis at 33, Columbus at 34, Ottawa at 34, and then Toronto at 35. So they're 22nd out of 32. So they are not at the bottom, and they still got a nice little cushion. It's actually very surprising. Hey there, Tab, what's going on? I think we have a rebellion once again. Somebody call Luke Skywalker. We need the X-Wings for the we need the X-Wings for the trench run. We need to shut down this Washington Capitol Death Star. Dave from Jamaica, what's up? We've been waiting for you, Dave. Now the Leafs can play. Dave is here. Raps 31-27 over Milwaukee. That would be a big win, Rick, if the Raps can get in there. I need counseling. George, we can counsel you. It's group counseling here together. But, you know, it's sad what's happening in Nashville, because this was a team that when they brought over Steven Stamkos, when they made some of their acquisitions, the thought was this team was going to be unstoppable, that they were just going to be a dominant force. You know, Michael Bunting in there, we know how important he is to be the physical agitator. He can score goals. With Forsberg there, with Eric Howla there, with Marchessault there, with Ryan O'Reilly, with Soros in net, with Steven Stamkos there. There's so much good talent, but yet they're just struggling tremendously. It's unbelievable. It's shocking. And Stammer's having an okay year. He's got 12 goals, considering, you know, they're not getting opportunities. You know, 5 assists. Would like to see him getting the assists up for what they're paying him at 8.7 right now. Tampa Bay is seeing, see, Steven, this is why we didn't want to re-sign you for a stupid amount of money, because of how you're playing. So right now it looks like Tampa Bay made the right move in not re-signing him, as long as the Leafs make the playoff. That's right, Benny. I agree with you. It doesn't matter what happens all season, as long as they can get into the playoffs, and then we can all be disappointed again together. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully they can make some kind of a run of it. Hopefully they can find it. Clark and Gilmore need to come out of retirement. They're looking a little rough these days. They're looking a little rough. Dougie is so good, though. Such a nice guy. So is Wendell. We saw Wendell out to celebrate Joe Bowen night the other night, handing him the golden microphone. Wendell Clark, still so good. But it's what a different game of hockey it was back then, right? What a different era when you talk about the Gilmores, the Clarks, the Sundins, the Tuckers, the Corsons. I mean, man, they just had a different drive back then. Al Bundy, love the name. No, I disagree. And again, I don't think this is a Mitch Marner situation. I don't think pulling Mitch Marner out of Toronto does not make the entire team fall apart. And I will tell you, and again, because I know there's some people watching that we see the comments that say they should have never traded Mitch Marner. They didn't want to trade Mitch Marner. Marner was leaving. Marner was a free agent. He did not want to be here, and he made it extremely clear. Again, going back to the All-Star game when he was talking to some of the LA folks, talking about what it's like living in LA, what it's like playing for LA, or for Vegas, excuse me. So Mitch Marner had been having these conversations with Vegas for a long time, and how there was no collusion, how there were no penalties for this deal, I don't understand. Because Mitch was very clear. And the other thing about Mitch Marner, by the way, let's not forget how much he screwed over this team. He knew he was not coming back. He made it abundantly clear. He refused to talk contract. He refused to sign huge contracts for more money than he was making in Vegas. He did not want to be here. And when Toronto had opportunities to trade Mitch Marner for good players like Mikko Rantanen, he declined it, and others. There were a handful of trades going around that all had Mitch Marner included, where Toronto would have been much better off with some good players coming back, and he vetoed them. That is a problem, and that's what drives me nuts. And again, do I know this with 100% certainty? No, I'm not the general manager. No, I'm not Mitch Marner or Mitch Marner's agent. All I have is hearsay in the stories that were circulating after the fact and the potential deals that were talked about on Hockey Night in Canada and by a lot of these Nick Kypreos, Elliot Friedman, all the hockey people, the Ron McLeans. And so he wanted out. We had these trades and he declined them. That's what bothers me. If you know you're not going to return, you know you have zero intentions, let the team try and do something to better themselves. First line is completely off. First line is completely off. The second line is completely off. All the lines are completely off. How about the fact there are no amazing goalies anymore? No one's like that showstopper. So there are, but you're right. You're right. You don't hear the stories like Henrik Lundqvist, like Curtis Joseph, like Ed Belfour. I mean, yes, Bobrovsky in the playoff run had that type of story where he was crazy. Bobrovsky was stealing games like crazy. But we don't have those goaltenders where you're like, wow. I mean, they're just not. Saros at one point was spectacular, but he wasn't that game breaker, right? He wasn't that game breaker for you. If you take a look and you break it down, Connor Hellebuck in Winnipeg, what Hellebuck did in Winnipeg last year in the regular season, we're like, here's a guy who's unstoppable. Here's a guy who's a monster. Winnipeg is going all the way. Well, he completely fell apart in the playoffs. I mean, his wife was due. Yeah, his wife was due. And I tell you, the thing that made it worse, the thing that really bothered me, I mean, it bothered me how he declined those trades, knowing he wasn't going to be here. But to come out in his exit interview with the media and say he was afraid, he was being threatened, all of this stuff. And I get it. And I guarantee you, yeah, it was probably happening. There were some keyboard warriors on Twitter that were, threatening and saying all this stuff, which is completely inappropriate, by the way. Nobody deserves that. But then you have a guy like William Nylander who's taken the subway and out in public, and all these guys are going out to bars and doing stuff. So Mitch Marner, to me, with some of his comments, believed he was an elite level above anybody else. And you say, well, Sam, how can you say that? Well, when he came out with this comment saying how, they're gods among men. And I know, I'm taking it out of context. His quote was more like the people of Toronto treat them like gods among men. But I feel like he actually believed that, that he deserved that status. If you watched him, like when he was at Raptor games, right? Usually the celebrities or the players, when they sit in the front row at the end of the game or the halftime, they'll walk out and they'll kind of fist bump, high five. They'll talk to the people. Marner just pulls his cap down really low and just kind of walked by everybody. Didn't want to talk to anybody. He would just seemed, with all the interactions I saw from him, just seemed like he actually took that to heart. Have I ever met him? Nope, never. Never. Maybe he's just not a people person, right? Who knows what the deal is? But the way the whole thing came to an end was not a fan at all. And I think Toronto deserved better, quite frankly. You need French players if you want to win. Oh, my goodness. 40 is the new 20 in January. You're turning 27. There you go, Kathleen. Nice. Hasek, Cujo, that's right, Roy, Belfour, Brodeur all played the same time. And we got spoiled by how good goaltenders were there. Quinn Hughes told the Canucks he wasn't going to resign. And look at the young guns of Canucks. Exactly, Joe. Thank you for putting that in. That is a prime example. Quinn Hughes made it very clear he was not going to come back. He wanted to go play with his brothers. They couldn't get the deal done. He had a great deal. The team had a great deal, and they pulled the trigger on it. And maybe he doesn't sign in Minnesota. Maybe it's a one and done, and Minnesota's trying to go for it all this year. Maybe they do end up signing him. But man, that's a good player, right? That is somebody who's saying, listen, I want to try and help this team the best I can. And so he decided to say, hey, trade me now, get what you can, and let's move forward. Sometimes we come across strangely. Marion, listen, I agree with you. And again, it's, that's perfectly okay. And I'll be honest with you, when I'm offline, I am very much the same way. I'm a very quiet person in my personal life, in my not streaming life. So I get it. I get it 100%. But what Quinn Hughes did was the right thing to do. And that's what Marner should have done. We've seen a lot of players, a couple Raptor players as well, doing the same thing, right? Talk about Kawhi Leonard. Here we go. Kawhi Leonard, guy that comes to Toronto, wins a championship, the entire city laying out the red carpet saying, stay, re-sign. We won a championship. Let's go for 2 in a row. Restaurants offering him free meals anytime he wants. Everybody was offering him whatever he needed. And of course, he jumped ship. Well, there was an interview recently with Fred Van Vliet. And if you watch the interview, Fred Van Vliet says he had no intentions of staying here. Kawhi Leonard from day one said, I don't know why they traded for me. I don't want to be in Toronto. I don't want to play in Toronto. I have no intention of staying in Toronto. So from day one coming, Kawhi Leonard wanted nothing to do with Toronto. Now they go on and win in Toronto, bent over backwards for him and, gave him his load management time and his treatments and his care and all this stuff. They won the championship and he was on maybe not the first plane out of here, but the second plane out of here anyways. Zach Claros was in Hamilton and he had his hat down. We had a bad day to avoid fans. Yeah, and Joshua, everybody has a bad day. Everybody has a bad day. I get it. Love every word you say because when playtime come, Mitch nowhere to be found. It's all Mitch's fault. Yeah, Kawhi got what he wanted. The Clippers are the one that lost out. Yeah, Onyx. I mean, it's crazy, right? Quinn Hughes is hearing that's why he has integrity unlike Marner. David, that's awesome. Oh my goodness, so funny. Hey Jake, what's going on? Welcome in. Again, thank you everybody for listening to me rant and rave. And I know a lot of you do agree with me. Hey, Krispy Kreme, what's up? Unlikable group this year. Retool the Leafs. At least get some prospects. Gotta get something, right? Hey, Kelly, what's going on? Leafs to try for Keller to play with Matthews. Would love nothing more than Clayton Keller coming in. I'm such a big Clayton Keller fan. He's amazing. He is amazing. But again, it takes more than one player to make a team, right? It takes more than one player to make a team. But unfortunately, sometimes it only takes one player to break a team. And you need somebody who's a good locker room guy. You need somebody who's a good effort guy. You need somebody who's a good team guy. And if there is a theme about what we've been talking about all night long, it is that of team. We started off earlier talking about how these guys were not playing as a team. They couldn't connect as a team. They got to find a way of coming together. Right? 23rd, exactly. Kawhi had a team that could have gone on a dynasty. We could have beaten the Lakers 2020, in my opinion. The Warriors fell apart 2019. They were big. Yeah, Levi, it could have been unbelievable. And so what happens is Kawhi leaves. Raptors start struggling. What's his name? Oh my goodness. Kyle Lowry then leaves. Fred VanVleet, everybody starts to leave, starts to go away. They start to retool the team. They say Spicy P is going to be the big superstar to take them all the way. That was a disaster. And, it took them a while to figure it out and build things back up. But holy smokes, right? That's how these things go. Sometimes you bet on the wrong player to be your spark plug and it hurts you. Am I the only one blaming Sam? Prep, you can blame. Listen, I'm a team player. I will take all the blame. No doubt. Watching the game. I'm not watching the game. So how is the defense? The defense is bad. The defense is bad, to be honest with you. Not all the defense, but there's just some bad decisions being made. And those 2 goals we scored were bad defensive plays, right? Some bad defensive plays led to these 2 goals. It wasn't the goaltender's fault. All right, here we go. 6th time this season they've gone to the 3rd period without scoring a goal. Let's see if they can get a goal going in. Thank you for hitting that subscribe, whoever it was that hit that sub at intermission. If you have not subbed up yet, now's a great time going into the 3rd period. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, but hit that share button. Start of the 3rd period. Share us out. Put us on all your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Discord, your Reddit, your Bumble, your Tinder, whatever you're on. Share us out and tell your social circles. Come hang out for the 3rd period. If the Leafs aren't going to give us a good time, let's have some fun together. Here we go. 3rd period in action. Toronto has the puck in their own zone, trying to dangle it around in the corner. McCabe going to play this one up. By the way, does it bother anybody else, these ads on the boards, these video boards that have motion and keep changing mid-play? I get they want to get every advertising dollar, but my goodness, I totally prefer just the regular ads. These video ads are so obnoxious. Don't forget the last game was like this. That's right. It's not over till it's over. Not over till it's over. Leviathan, we hope so. We're hanging on by a thread. We're hanging on by a thread. So that's why we need all the help. Share us out. Hit that subscribe. And do me a favor. If you're going to subscribe, subscribe because you want to. Don't subscribe to unsubscribe after the game, because that hurts us more than it helps. This coming to the line, Ekman-Larsson just keeping it in, and it's going to be chipped up and at a play, so we're going to get another stoppage. Yeah, Mr. Holmgreen, pretty much. Capitals had some good opportunities in tight. Toronto just could not stop them. If you look, the 2 Washington goals came from here and here, just in front of the side of the Leaf net. The Leafs defenders just unable to move them. So Nick Dowd coming in to take this against John Tavares. Can't expect it. That's right, Fred. Can't expect it all the time. And here's a shot off the draw and a nice stop. And that's what we got to see, right? Shots. You got to get shots. Don't make me sing the shots song. Got to get shots. Put it on net. Got to work it. Right? When you're having trouble scoring, you need shots to help out. You're very welcome. Robertson coming in to take this draw. He loses it. Puck goes to the corner. Going to play it up. Can't hold it in. So Toronto Riley back in the Maple Leaf zone. Going to play this one up the boards, and that one hopped into the Leaf bench. So Morgan Riley now shooting pucks into his own bench, trying to wake him up. So this one was right at, did it hit Benoit or did it hit Nylander? But Riley just fires it up high into his own bench. Maybe that's the form of leadership. He's saying, wake up, guys, or I'm going to pick you off. A little whack-a-mole. Onyx, right? How many more sponsors are we going to get on these? With the puck, here come the Capitals into the Leaf zone. Digging hard, playing around is Sordev, putting it out in front with a shot. Nice little stop there. Loose puck back to the point. Another shot. That one goes wide. Cowan loses the puck. Good hustle here. Protas playing it across into the slot. That one hops over the stick of Fairvey. Going to play this back around. All right. Come on, Leafs. Let's go. Let's do this. Quick goal. Back to the point. Fairvey going to hold this one in. Playing it around behind the boards. Cowan is going over to pick this one up. Here comes the attack up on Cowan. Matthews in there trying to help out. Washington take the puck away again. To the point. Carlson hammers it. That one goes wide. Washington just sitting around here for 45 seconds in the Leaf end. Behind the net is McMichael. Connor flipping this one to the point. Carlson across, coming up the middle. Tried to intercept and go right up was Ethan Frank. That one didn't work out. Behind the net now, Cap still controlling it. 60 seconds of play here in the Leaf zone. Washington keeping it in. No, they're saying it was out, and that's going to be an offside call. Ooh. Riley is so cooked. Patrick, he is struggling. He is struggling for sure. Really, really struggling. Defensive end coverage is a big problem. The skates are just heavy. It's like everybody has bricks in their toes. So Domi, Lawton, and Lorentz coming out here. Lawton taking this draw. Bit of a scrum. And this is going to come back to the Caps. Rasmus Sandin going to bring this one in. Sandin, long shot. It's going to be gloved down. We're going to get a face-off. Coming up here, nice stop by Hildeby. Hildeby doing what he needs to do. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, Vestibule, what's up? This came from the Habs feed that just got shut down for copyright infringement from the NHL. He was playing a TSN feed. It blocked out an image. Yeah, Vestibule, there's a lot of people out there just playing the copyright, not actually making content, but just playing copyright. And those channels should all be taken down because it's not their audio to play. So there's a lot of channels out there trying to cut corners, not making real content, just trying to play the audio. And I will admit, when I was really under the weather, we did that a couple times, but that's not what this is all about. People should be calling their own games. So I'm glad they got taken down. That's coming back. But welcome in. Happy to have you here. Yeah, can't stand MFC. It's getting crazy with all the ads. Playing it around Washington in the high slot. Here's a shot right on and a nice save. Besides, a big part of the game, a big part of the fun is about hanging out with all of you and being able to talk through it and share our frustrations together. Celebrate the wins and cry about the lows. Deal, Onyx. Onyx, anytime, I would love to do that. Bring you and Dallas on to do a game. Bob, yeah, tough game for sure. Tough game for sure. Onyx, it's pretty much a guaranteed when I get back from vacation. It happens every year. Toronto just outside the Washington line, trying to bring this one in. Big scrum going on here. This is going to be chipped up. Knocked down, turn around, out it comes. Washington going to flip this puck in. Hildeby out to set it up. All I know is that if the puck goes in the net, it's 15 points. Oh, goodness. Down around in the corner. Some guy just shot and goalie saved it. I forget his name. Leaf ads are Oreos and milk. At least Oreos and milk kind of go together because you can dunk your Oreos in the milk. I haven't done that in forever. Nick Waugh trips up. He goes down. Cap's going to turn this one around. Right back into the Leaf zone. Cap's continuing to press. Chychrun sends it across the ice. Going to come out. Going to back this one up. Wow, Leafs have had one shot in this period so far. Capitals score! Oh, Chychrun is going to put it in. Wow, Jacob Chychrun, what a game he's having. He's been playing hard in the Washington Capitals. Oh, just find a way. The Maple Leafs standing still. Defensively, they struggle. The puck comes out. Everybody's just waiting. Chychrun waits for everyone to come up. He walks in, goes around McMahon, skates by Thurn. Nobody goes up to him. Jacob Chychrun walks in uncontested. 4 Maple Leafs all go to the bench. What are you doing? What kind of horrible line change is that? The puck is sitting loose just outside the blue line. Everybody goes to the bench. And Chychrun walks in and Bobby Mack doesn't go over to him. Defenseman doesn't go over to him. Unbelievable. Here come the Caps again driving in. Penalty coming up here, and this is going to be against Protas for hooking. Hooking is illegal in Washington. So 2 minutes, he's going to go to the box. Unbelievable. Jake, we need something. We need something. Not enough wine. Kathleen, what's your wine of choice? What's your flavor? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Let's suffer together. Stars have given up on their coach. Nylander and Matthews look like they couldn't care less. He walks in, and whoever that piece of leaf was, he just stuck out his stick. I hate this team. Vito, I love you. Vito just sends it as it is. Just says it like it is. Robertson, Domi, Waugh, Cowan, Ekman, Larson here on the power play. Leafs going to win the draw. Ekman, Larson shooting from the point. That one goes wide. Someone got to move up there. Leafs should decline the penalty. Robertson putting it over to Domi. Domi back to Robertson to Ekman, Larson. Can't hold the line. That's offside. Leafs need to do a wild dump the big four. They need to do something. The one Onyx. Oh my goodness. Wow. So I think at this point he should really bench somebody. 3-0 the way they're playing. Just sit somebody down. Sit Matthews down. Sit Nylander down. Sit Riley down. Sit him down and send a message. It's like the last coach that always threatened, saying, if my guys don't perform, I'm going to bench them. And who did he bench? The fourth line players. Matthews shoots. Bench the guy who plays 4 minutes a game, not the guy who plays 20. Like, bench the stars. And again, Washington going to clear this one all the way down the ice. Both Habs and Leafs can't seem to put two good games together. No, they cannot. But I tell you, I love what the Habs have put together. That team looks like they could strike at any time. Willie, what are you doing? Nylander, stupid. He skates this one all the way up, and right before he crosses the line, he passes it off. So the rest of the team is already getting forward momentum into the zone. Just bad. Just bad. I'd trade the Leaf roster for the Habs roster, right? Can we just give us Demidov? Demidov is so exciting to play. He's young, he makes mistakes, but gosh, he's exciting. Toronto bringing it back. Cowan going to bring this one into the zone. Has it taken away from him. Pass out is going to be blocked. Toronto shovels it on net. That's an easy stop. Back to the point. Toronto, long shot. It's sitting there. Holding it in over to Cowan again. He doesn't shoot. Cowan trying to find a lane. Now he shoots, and a good save there. That was an acrobatic stop by the goaltender. Here comes Washington. McMichael shorthanded. 30 seconds left to go in their penalty. And he's just stalling up, eating some clock. Bringing it out. Here's Nick Waugh. Waugh into the zone. Waugh setting this one up. Nick Waugh should be going to the front of the net. Cowan in the corner. Now Waugh goes to the front. Cowan feeds this one across. Ekman Larson shooting. Hits a guy in front. Passing it across. Cowan waited too long. You got to shoot these quicker. Cowan looking for a lane. Shoots. That one is blocked. Goes to the corner for Waugh. Waugh throws a hit. Washington wrapping it around. This coming all the way down. Power play is over. Guy out of the box. Coming back, and it's Hildeby having to deke around. Two Washington Capitals coming up on Hildeby. Toronto stopped to ask for directions on the way back to their own zone. My goodness. That's not a power play. They're all standing there waiting for the pass, right? This is nuts right now. This coming back around in the corner. Trying to play this one through. Toronto getting it out of their own zone. Here they come. Some speed. It's it's Bobby Mack. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He gets cut off. Cap's going to pick it up, play this one across. Under 13 to go, thank goodness, here in the third period. This pass in the middle, stolen. Bobby McMahon going to bounce it off the boards and down the ice. McCabe going in here after it. Why is McCabe leading the forecheck? Explain this to me. Stetcher going to back it up, going to play this one up. And it's turned over. Can't get it to Joshua. Here come the Caps again. Big blast. Great save. Hildeby is holding down the fort. Nobody is helping this kid out. Here's a pass. Nice. To open ice for Domi. Domi. Little head fake. Oh, it's Tavares. Excuse me. Those ones mix me up. Joshua. Going to pass this one back. The lines are all broken up. We got Joshua, Nyes, and Tavares together here. Nyes keeping this one in. Nyes. He gets hit from behind. Where's the arm, Zebras? Come on, Stripes. Another takedown here as Stetcher gets tripped up. 2-on-1. Capitals sending it across. Hildeby kicking that one out. Washington into the high slot. 3 Toronto Maple Leafs go towards them. The shot misses the net. This is going to be flipped up and out to the red line. Let's go. What up, Mac? Mac, they didn't trade Marner because they wanted to. Marner was leaving town. So Marner was leaving on his own. He was a free agent. Toronto agreed to do a sign and trade so they could get something back. And that way Marner could get his full salary. Is there a way they can come back? Technically speaking, mathematically speaking, yes. How they're playing today? No. Berube will straighten them out between periods. Rob, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything Berube can say at this point that's going to straighten them out. I think they've totally tuned him out, unfortunately. He's yelling, he's screaming, he's trying to do whatever, but there's... And you know what? I didn't mention this at intermission. And by the way, if you are just joining us, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe. Can we get to at least 25? Can we get to 25? I watched during the Joe Bowen game, well, not during the game, but after the game on social media, the Maple Leafs posted Joe Bowen announcing the opening lineup in the locker room before the game. Now, I'm sure a lot of you on social media has seen different teams. Sometimes it's a kid, it's a wife, it's a celebrity. They'll come in and they'll say, you know, starting on left wing, so-and-so. And everyone claps and like, yeah, and they cheer and they get fired up, right? The idea of someone coming in to announce starting lineup is there to fire them up. It's there to pump them up. Well, Joe Bowen, 44 years of calling games for the Maple Leaf, comes in to read the lineup. You know, starting a left wing, starting a right wing. No emotion. Joe Bowen is screaming. He's, you know, starting in goal. You know, he's doing his thing. And they're like, yup. No emotion, no hurrah, no hoopla. And when I saw that, and I meant to talk about this earlier, when I saw that, I said to myself, there's no passion in this team. Joshua, you saw the video. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was so disturbing because he's trashed the playoffs. My goodness. Unreal. It was, Rob, it was absolutely unreal. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. You have Joe flippin' Bowen announcing your lineup, and nobody is getting hyped for it. What up, Sports Beard? How's it going? Don't do this, man. Leaf fans are eating their own team, man. Sports Beard, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I feel like, well, I guess you're the last creator that is still supporting them. But I tell you, man, I feel like everybody has turned on them. And I try for so long to stick up for this team, but they're making it so hard. By the way, if you're not following the Sports Beard, go follow the Sports Beard. He has amazing content. Amazing content. Here's another shot on goal as we're talking, and my goodness, the Capitals score again. It's okay to not make... Oh, 100%. I agree with you there, Sports Beard. It's 100% okay to not make the playoffs. 100% okay to not make the playoffs, and it's going to be Erik Karlsson who gets the goal, 4-0 Washington. I'm okay if they don't make the playoffs. What I want to see is some effort. The quit right now, the lack of defensive coverage, the lack of team play is so difficult, so hard to watch. But I'm still here. I'll be here. I'm still supporting this team, but man, they just got to get it together. But again, if you're not following Sports Beard, go give Sports Beard a follow. Great content, great insightful conversations. Matthews isn't healthy. Clearly, the team has been overhauled. I agree with you there. Something is bothering him for sure. Here comes McCabe behind the net, going to play this one up. 4-0 Washington. 10:45 to go. But I got to tell, oh, here they come, 2-on-1. Tavares sends it across. And again, Matthew Nyes bobbles it. Sorted from Wilson, picking up the assist. Here's a sharp angle shot right in front. Tavares digging. Nick Robertson getting a chance. And I'll tell you, I like Robertson and Cowan's game today. Robertson and Cowan playing really, really well. Yeah, back injuries are tough. Back injuries are tough for sure. And it doesn't help there's no Tanev, right? Chris Tanev makes a big difference not being in the lineup. Hey, Anthony, welcome in. Space, how's it going? What have you done for me lately? Space. Is he really? Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Off the draw, Capitals coming around. Toronto keeping this one in at the side. Now it's going to be chipped out. Coming all the way down the ice. Thorne is going to throw this around. Sportsbeard, if you ever need somebody else to join your conversation, let me know. I'd be happy to anytime. You guys always have great chats. This is going to be chipped to the line. Lawton can't move it forward. Walking back in. Here comes Strome. Strome, his pass is broken up. Good effort here by Lorentz. Washington front again. They're pressing. Yeah, anytime. I'm always game to talk hockey. Here comes Ovechkin, going to keep this one in. Sending it around on the far side. Can they keep it in? Yes, Capitals holding the line. 9.5 to go here in the third. Nick Waugh going to chip this one up, and the Leafs can't get it again. Long shot going to be kept in right in front. Oh, what an effort here by Sonny Milano. Sonny Milano, what a game he's having. Just from, speed and right place, right time. I love what he's doing. Hey, Chris, it's going to be interesting. I don't know what they're going to do with him, to be honest with you. 9 minutes to go. Toronto behind the Washington net. They're digging at it. Chittering going to play this one out. Nice outlet pass. Again, Milano. He's going to flip this one down the ice. Stetcher back to pick it up. He's going to slide this one across. I'm very curious when Tanev does come back to the lineup. Is Stetcher, is he going to be the one that gets pulled out? Because I love what he's doing. Toronto in front. Tavares with a chance, and he can't put it in. Side of the net, Tavares plays it towards the boards. Capitals going to fly. Connor McMichael trying to get in there. Riley gets put into the boards. Going around. Here's Matty Nyes playing it back. Up to Robertson. Back over to Nyes. Nyes going to bring this one in. Nyes dropping it. Tavares trying to put it across to Robertson. That pass is blocked. Long cross for Protas. He shoots. That one goes high. 88 miles an hour. Nick Robertson bobbles it. Flips this one up. Going to send it to the line. Nyes misses it. And again, Washington bringing it back. Getting things ready to go. God, no, on Stetcher, he's a keeper. I agree, Chris. I love him. Stetcher has been, I liked him in Edmonton, but I think he's been absolutely solid here in Toronto, except for when he scored on his own goal. But that was a fluke. How many teams survive your starter and backup? Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Toronto gotten lucky there. Hildeby has been great. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, the goaltending situation and the defense, just all the injuries in general, making it real tough. Nylander trying to chip this one in. Sandin kind of standing up at the blue line, knocking it down. And the Leafs back in their own zone. McCabe here. Hayden, what's going on? Welcome in. You're a Habs fan since a child. Dryden was your idol. Like most Habs fans, I'm not a Leaf hater. I'm a rare breed, but I love all hockey. Rob, I love that. Cycling around, Washington back in here, under 7 minutes to go. Back to the line, Chychrun with a blast. That one gets knocked down. Benoit going in the corner. He's working in here. Dowd in there as well. Domi he's digging for it. 2-1 LA and Tampa Bay. 2-2 now Minnesota and Columbus. Buffalo 3-2 over Philly. Here comes Toronto into the Capital Zone, putting it in front. Just couldn't connect the pass there. So close. Domi with the puck on the close side. Cross pice for Lorentz there. He couldn't control that one. Tried to bat it down out of the air. Setting it up at their own blue line again, trying to work. Toronto has picked up the tempo here. It's been really the third and fourth lines. There's a shot that's gloved down. My second favorite team are the Canucks. It's a tough year. Oh, Beth. Canucks are definitely having a tough year. Chychrun leads the NHL in goals for defensemen. I feel like he's done that for a while. He's so solid, Jacob Chychrun. So solid. 574 career games played, 108 points, 289 total points, 108 goals, 181 assists. Chychrun just solid. Solid. 6'2", 215, 27 years of age. He's still got a lot of good hockey left in him, that's for sure. He's got a couple of goals here tonight. Could Chychrun be getting a hat trick? Sordiff is also, we haven't talked about him a lot tonight. He's picked up a couple of assists. He's been buzzing all over the place. His dad, Jeff, was like the opposite type of player. I don't remember. I'll have to look him up. Hey, Mario. Matthews has given up on the Leafs. He's struggling. He's struggling. No doubt. No doubt. Hey, Rob, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here and hanging out. We know it's a tough one tonight. It's not how we wanted things to go, but we're having some good chats, some good conversations. 6 minutes to go. But it is a tough one. Toronto, their next game is going to be on the road as well, as they go to Nashville Saturday night to take on Steven Stamkos and the Nashville Predators. Saturday, 7 o'clock game time. UC Soros, Philip Scoresburg. Not going to be an easy game, even though Nashville is down low in the standings as well. Sam McKee said this was a must-win for the Leafs Saturday night. Saturday night is definitely a must-win for sure. For sure. Let's be real. Even if this team makes the playoffs, they'll get destroyed, basically. Not necessarily, Hayden. Not necessarily. Hey, Karnik, if they can pull it together, right? Sometimes all you need is to be a wild card. You just have to squeak in, because the playoffs is a whole new season. And if they can get in that wild card spot and they get Tanev back and they get Stolarz back and they make some move at the deadline, they could be in good shape. But you got to get there to make it happen. Battling in the corner, Toronto in their own zone. Thrawn is trying to play it around Tom Wilson, being pushed up in the boards by Morgan Riley. Back to the point, no shot. Washington just going to back this one up. Now here's a one-timer that hits somebody up high. Goes to the corner. Wilson picking this one up, spinning around over to Chychrun. Chychrun tees it up. He shoots off the blocker. That one goes into the corner on the near side. Chychrun got a cannon there, 90 miles an hour. There will be zero expectations for Toronto. But they can't, no, they cannot trade Cowan. There's an icing call against Toronto. I like what Cowan is doing a lot. Thank you for that subscribe. I like what Cowan is doing a lot, and I'd rather him learn playing in the NHL here in the AHL as long as he's getting some minutes. Sometimes you have to learn to lose before you learn to win. And I think being here and going through this adversity, Cowan has played almost 16 minutes tonight. And if he can play between 15 and 20 minutes a game, I think it's a great learning experience. It'll make him a better player for sure. Losing Alex Steeves and losing Fraser Minton were tough. You can't lose Easton Cowan now. Thank you so much, Sports Beard, for the roses. I appreciate the gifts very, very much. Picked up Toronto. Going to slide this one up down the near side. Joshua going to flip this one in. Bobby McMahon is going in here after it. Carlson wraps him up. Bobby Mack still digging. Joshua's there. Nick Waugh can't set it up. It's kept in. Comes to Waugh. Trying to settle it down. Puts it just wide of the net. Toronto back to the point for Stetcher. Stetcher's going to shoot that one. Hits somebody and goes up. And that's going to be held by Thompson. Got the glove on that spot and that the whole way through. Nah, Sports Beer for sure. I appreciate you guys so much. I love listening to your NHL talks, your chats. You guys know what you're talking about. It's always enjoyable, and happy to have you here. And definitely, we'll have to connect because yeah, I'd love to join you. All right, our man, what's up, Tommy O'Reilly? Passengers. Cowan is doing well. He deserves a point. He does. Minton is doing well. Minton is looking real good. Not this year. It's been busy. It's been very, very busy. Yeah, I used to listen last year. I used to listen quite often. I didn't chat a lot, but I used to listen quite often. I always kind of popped in. College hockey is fun too. Admittedly, I do not know a ton about college hockey. but between the NHL, the AHL, there's so many players to know. My brain just can't take going down to the college level as well. Rico are doing their own thing. Oh, it's good for them. Good for them. 2 moves, fire the assistant coaching staff or make a trade. Yeah, I mean, those are really the only options you have, right, our man? And it sucks because Berube is a good coach. He's a good coach. And it sucks that, it's just not looking that way now. Or want more. David, bring it, David. We want more. We want more. When are we meeting for the next one? Oh, man. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. You know what? It's what I get. It's what I get for doing some trash talking during the day. It's what I get for doing some trash talking. Overconfident today. I think in Toronto is going to have a big game tonight. Well, you might be in on McKenna. You might hear, oh, yes. McKenna I have heard of for sure. That kid is magic. That kid is ridiculous. I would almost be afraid if Toronto got him, they would break him somehow. Caps have been playing real bad. Yeah, they lost 3 in a row coming into tonight. So, they're playing a little desperate hockey, trying to get back in here. And Caps played a great game. No doubt about it. Dusting off Sundin and digging. Oh. Ride it out. Pick up a top 10 protected spot. This coming around in front. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. Here in this third period. Going to go into the Leaf bench. I thought maybe earlier in the game when Morgan Riley shot the puck in the Leaf bench, it would wake somebody up. John B says, start the rebuild. Why are the Oilers starting Picard? I don't know. Didn't he play the other day too? They are winning though. 3-1 Oilers over the Bruins. 4-0 Senators over the Penguins. Wow. Montreal now up 3-1 over the Blackhawks. Noah Dobson and Bolduc picking up his second of the game. Washington, Chychrun going to bring this in. Chychrun's looking for his third. Coming around in front. This is going to be kicked out. Toronto cannot connect their passes. So Washington. Chychrun takes a little bit of a high stick. No call. Going to keep this coming. He comes right up the middle. He wants the third so bad. Shot goes up. Nice little save up high. And the Leafs get it out. 3:20 to go. 3:20 to go. All right. Good night, Dan. Take care. Little collision there at center ice. Leafs going to play this one down. In the cap zone around 3:06 to go. Let's just hold Ovechkin off the scoreboard. That's our goal now. Oh, Onyx. I love Kenny Rogers Roasters. Was the best. They had good fake mashed potatoes. I'm convinced they were not real mashed potatoes, but they were delicious. Bolduc has been a nice surprise. Yeah, 2 goals. It's a good pickup. Anytime you can get a game like that, it's a good one. This coming in front, trying to shovel it around. Toronto in their own zone, going to pass it up, just getting it out. Turning it around. Here come the Caps. Right back in over the line. Matthew Nye trying to break it up. Washington, cross ice. Here's a shot looking for the deflection. Got a piece. Kept that one out. Holy smokes, they're coming close. Here they come. Matthew Nye's taking it away. Nye's going to roll with it. Forget that. Ovi making it 5-0. I hope not. Nye's digging in the corner. Still with it. Nice. Trying to center it. That one's broken up. Cap's going to play this one across. Ovi should have already scored. Denied by the crossbar. Hey, we'll take everything we can to prevent him from scoring. That's, for me, that's my win. Ovi, who loves to score against Toronto, if we can hold him down, that makes me happy. Puts a smile on my face. In a tough game, keeping Ovi off makes me happy. He doesn't even have an assist tonight. So right now, Ovi not on the scoreboard. 1:40 to go. McKay back to pick this one up. He's going to turn it over. Ovechkin throwing it towards the net. Here's Ovi shooting. It's knocked down. He'll be stopped that. Hold it. Thank you. Hayden wants overtime. Hayden wants overtime. Tough game is right, but your chat is mostly on point. Chris, absolutely. Chris, it's the best chat there is. Everybody is hockey knowledgeable. Everybody likes to have fun. Everybody's in good sports, so we appreciate it. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the sub. Let's go. Off the draw. Toronto going to bank it off the boards. It's going to come out down the ice. And no icing call. Washington, Chychrun playing it up the middle. This one is picked off. Quick shot, going to get knocked down. Here come the Caps on the move. You know they're going to be looking for Chychrun every chance they get. Toronto going to break it up. Bobby Mack putting this one down. Thompson out to play it. McMahon keeping this one in. Here we go. Last minute of play in this hockey game. Cap's going to play this one up to Sandin. Sandin going to lead the rush. Bringing this one over the line. Sandin dumping this one in across. And return up to Nick Waugh. Waugh taking a look. Bobby Mack is going to chip this one down. 35 seconds to go. Washington to Chychrun. He bobbles that one. Toronto kept this one in. I disagree. I think Marner, if Marner was in this game, it's the same result. This is going to be chipped all the way down the ice. Toronto working across. 15 seconds to go. Here's Domi. Domi to Stetcher. Stetcher has the puck taken away. This game is done. Sonny Milano going to hang on to the puck as the horn goes. This one is done. The Maple Leafs lose 4-0. Lily, thank you for the follow. 4-0. Toronto goes down. Ouch. Protas, he had the first goal of the game, his 11th of the year from Sordoff and Carlson. Chychrun, his 13th from Frank and McMichael. Chychrun again, his 14th from Carlson and Dowd, and then Carlson, his 7th from Sordoff and Wilson. Domi has been a big disappointment for me. I wish. Yeah, I agree with you, Sportsbeard. I'm with you there. Domi, expected more for him for sure. Your total stats, 27 shots by the Washington Capitals, 22 for the Maple Leafs. Leafs actually outshot Washington in that third period, 10-6. Maple Leafs, 54.2% in the faceoff circle. Power play continues to struggle. They go 0 for 5 tonight. Caps go 0 for 3. 27 hits for Toronto, so they do a good job physically. 13 hits for Washington. 12 block shots to 13, so good job by both teams there. Toronto ends up with 15 giveaways, 17 for Washington. It's disappointing considering Toronto had 2 giveaways after the first period of play. Washington beat Toronto 4-2 November 28th. Well, they beat them here 4-0. Their next meeting and their last of the season is going to be April 8th. So we'll have to see what comes of that one. That one will be back in Toronto. Will that be Alex Ovechkin's last game in Toronto? We will see. Unfortunately, it was a struggle. Next game coming up in Nashville Saturday night. Hopefully, there's going to be a better turnaround. And this loss was a tough one because the Ottawa Senators are about to beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-0. That means Ottawa is going to jump over Toronto in the standings. Ottawa will go to 36 points, 1 point ahead of the Maple Leafs. So a tough loss for Toronto tonight with them winning. Montreal winning over Chicago 4-1 means Montreal is going to move a couple of more points ahead of Toronto. The Sabres, they have a 1-goal lead against the Philadelphia Flyers. 17 minutes to go in the third there. And should Buffalo hold on and win that game, they will move within 1 point of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So a tough loss. Saturday becomes a must win. What is Toronto going to do? How are they going to think about this? What changes will they make come Saturday? We will have to see. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Moderators, appreciate everything you do in keeping things moving along. Thank you so much to the super chats tonight. It is so kind and so appreciative of you and all the chaniversaries. Thank you, channel members. Man, what you do to support our channel the way you do means the world to us. Let's have the Blues beat the Rangers. One of my best buds is a Ranger fan. So yes, let's have the Blues beat the Rangers. I'm all for it. If you are new, if this was your first time watching with us, I hope you enjoyed our style of coverage. So thanks for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. Have a great night, a great evening, and a happy Friday. Friday. Have a great Friday. And then Saturday's only a day away. My wife is a Ranger fan. Oh, there you go. Now let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Yeah, tough loss for Toronto. And we'll see what Saturday brings. We'll see what news comes out. Will we get any big changes? Probably not. There you go, Onyx. Exactly. Boo Bear Shark and boo Rangers. Do want to give a big thanks to our partner channel, the Florida Park Explorers. If you're not subscribed or following the Florida Park Explorers, check them out as they bring all the magic, the snacks, and the merch from the Florida parks. And they just do a great job. So check them out. And of course, check out the Sports Beard as well. All right, from all of us here at the Samwelb12 Experience live on the SB12 Sports Network, we'll look forward to seeing you again real soon. Have a good one. My name is Sam. It's time for me to go. I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. Go, Leafs, go. Next time.